South Carolina college football on ESPN Plus. A showdown in the SoCon today. Mercer takes on Furman. As we take a look at the SoCon standings entering today, so far this season, Mercer in first place in the league. Atop the standings, 5-0 in league play. Furman middle of the pack with a record of 3-2. And with that, a pleasant good afternoon, everyone. Brock Bowling alongside Cole Neely and Cole. Mercer red hot. It's won 6 straight games. Furman got a much-needed win last week against the Citadel. The two teams going at it here today.
Yeah, well, I mean, both teams are still in the hunt of trying to win a conference championship. For Furman, they have to run the table. They have to win today against Mercer, and they got to have a little bit of help. For Mercer, all they got to do is just win every single game, and they have the conference championship in their hands.
Let's take a look at our players to watch. We start with Mercer. This team is led by the reigning SoCon Offensive Player of the Week, quarterback Braden Atkinson.
Well, Brock, if you would have told me that this young man was a freshman, a true freshman at that, I would have called you a liar, because this kid is sensational. He can make every throw on the field, and his pocket awareness and his poise is just outwardly. It's amazing watching him play football.
And for the Furman Paladins, we'll keep an eye on the reigning SoCon Defensive Player of the Week in Joshua Stone King.
Yo, that's a dangerous, dangerous man. Joshua Stone King, he can do it all. He can beat you with speed, power, and finesse. He leads the whole FCS in sacks, and even in the FBS has 12.5 sacks. It's going to be interesting watching him play today.
The head coach for the Mercer Bears is Mike Jacobs in his second season. Led the Bears to a SoCon championship last year. Played on the offensive line in college at Ohio State back in the day. And the head coach for the Furman Paladins, the one and only Clay Hendricks in his 9th season. Played here at Furman in the 80s. Former assistant coach here for almost 2 decades. Now in his 9th season at Furman as the head coach, 2-time SoCon Coach of the Year. We are ready for the opening kickoff, and away we go as Furman kicks it off deep to Mercer. And Mercer will take a touchback. It'll be Mercer football, 1st and 10. Here's a look at the series history between these two schools, presented by KW Beverage. 24th all-time meeting. Furman leads all-time 12-9. There have been 2 ties. The two teams have split the last 10 meetings. Last year, Mercer won in Macon, Georgia, 49-23. Here come the Mercer Bears, led by quarterback number 11, Braden Atkinson. Talked about him in the open, the reigning SoCon Offensive Player of the Week. He threw for a school record 533 yards and 5 touchdowns last week in the big win against VMI. Pass to the left side, pass is caught for Mercer. Ajate Dabbs, number 18, makes the catch on the opening play from scrimmage. Here's a look at the Mercer offense, brought to you by Bon Secours, and we'll keep an eye on, of course, Braden Atkinson. How about Ajate Dabbs, number 18, wide receiver, offensive weapon for this team for the Bears. Gain of 6 brings up 2nd down and 4 for Mercer. C.J. Miller gets the handoff, and Miller might have gained 1 up to the 32-yard line. Here's a look at the Furman defense today, brought to you by Bon Secours. Joshua Stone King, we talked about him, the defensive end. Keep an eye on number 1, the safety, Taylon Blaylock. He has the ability to make big plays in the secondary for this team. Brings up 3rd down and 3 for the Bears.
Crucial down right here. You need to keep an eye out for Joshua Stone King off the edge.
Atkinson, he'll swing it out to the right side, and a big tackle for loss for Furman is number 3, A.K. Burrell, gets the TFL, and it's 3 and out for the Bears on the opening drive of the game.
So yeah, right here, I mean, obviously the ball has to come out quick. Braden Atkinson knows that, but credit to Burrell there. He closes the ground to the running back, C.J. Miller, and makes a great tackle in the backfield for a loss. And now here we have Mercer punting the ball to the Paladins. Now, if that offense can get cooking when they get the ball, this might be a ball game that Mercer did not intend to have early on in this ball game.
John McConnell, the punter, will punt it away around his own 10 with flag of the play. False start against Mercer.
False start. Offense. Number 3. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
So now 5-yard penalty, still 4th down. So now 4th down and 15. McConnell, the punter, Taylon Blaylock for Furman, waiting to receive the punt, standing at about his own 36. The punt by McConnell. Making the catch on the run is Taylor Blaylock inside Mercer territory, breaks a tackle, and there he goes. Inside the 30, inside the 25, and he goes down at about the 22-yard line. An incredible start for Furman, especially on special teams on that play.
Well, there you go, Brock. So already won in the first phase of this game on defense, and now you win on the second phase in special teams. So not really a great punt, but then just a really good job blocking and then finding a hole to just hit it. Taylor Blaylock gets a little bit of a block on the punter, but can't outrun one more Mercer defender to get to the end zone, but puts his offense in a really good spot to at least come away with a field goal, if not a touchdown on this series.
Here's a look at the Furman offense, brought to you by Bon Secours. The quarterback, Trey Hedden, number 8. And keep an eye on number 19, Devin Esther Jr., wide receiving target for this team for Furman. 1st and 10 for Furman at the Mercer 20. Hedden will throw on 1st down. Pass is caught. Evan James, who returned last week from injury, had a good game against the Citadel. Gets enough for the 1st down. Actually gained 9. 1 yard short of the 1st down. The Mercer defense brought to you by Bon Secours. Keep an eye on number 0, Andrew Zock. Zock has 8.5 sacks this season. Gain of 8, they say, so 2nd down and 2. Hedden, 2nd down, inside handoff, and going nowhere is Furman on that play. Gang tackled number 1, Dan Hicks, defensive lineman, one of the first men there, and brings up 3rd down and short.
So, Brock, you already mentioned we got to keep an eye out for Andrew Zock, but, man, they have so many defensive linemen that are just as dangerous as Zock when it comes to playing against the run. The Paladins have to be great up front, and they got to be able to get movement on this Mercer Bears defensive line. If they can do that, they can probably get their running backs just enough room where they can get some of those hard yards they haven't been really getting all year until maybe the last couple of games.
3rd down and 4. For the Paladins, here is Hedden over the middle. Pass is cut. Evan James sneaks inside of the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Furman. Evan James, his 3rd touchdown reception of the season.
And, Brock, that's pretty much how the Paladins are going to really make their money in this game. They have to throw the football, and Trey Hedden has to be quick, and he has to be decisive, and that's exactly what we saw here. As we look at the replay, offensive lineman got those defensive linemen down with those cut blocks, and then you're going to see Evan James come across the screen with a slant route, and really just great speed and then great finish into the end zone. Paladins get up early in this ball game.
Ian Williams on for the extra point, the reigning SoCon Special Teams Player of the Week. There's a penalty flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be offsides, I believe, against Mercer. As Clay Hendricks gets the explanation from the officials.
It's going to take that penalty, too. Go for 2.
Offside. Defense with contact. Number 7. Half the distance to the goal. Replay the try.
So offsides against Mercer. Furman accepts the penalty. Now they move the football half the distance to the goal line. Furman going to go for 2. Leading by 6-0 early in the first quarter. And now a whistle. And what do we have? Timeout taken by Furman as it wants to talk it over.
First of the half, it will be for 30 seconds.
And if you're Furman, what do you run here? 2-point attempt if it still goes for it for 2 after the timeout.
Well, I don't really have a lot of faith in the Paladin run game this tight against this Mercer Bears defense. I really think that defensive line is extremely talented. They can play against the run extremely well. So I would probably go off of a quick play action here. So I would probably sell the run as if we're going to hand the ball off up the middle and then dump it out to maybe a tight end, or if you have somebody else that's running flat into the end zone, that's what I would do here. But again, if you want to really challenge this Bears defensive line, you could just go ahead and power the ball right into that B gap, or if you want to run it through the A gap, you can do that as well. I mean, you got your big heavies in there. Number 93 for the Paladins, Caldwell Bussey, can be a guy that can help open up a hole.
Paladins going for two. The two-point conversion, the handoff to Jaquan Smith, and he stumbles and trips and falls down shy of the goal line. He goes down at the 1.
Brock, when they go back and they watch the film here, you're just going to see Jaquan Smith he's going to have it for that two-point conversion, just trips up on his own feet. Oh, man, you hate to see it.
Time out of the field, 11:32 to go, first quarter. Furman leads Mercer 6-0 on a sunshiny day here in Greenville, South Carolina. Furman on top by 6. We're back after this. Back in Greenville, let's take a look at today's keys to the game presented by BMW. Cole, what do you have?
Oh yeah, for Mercer, which we will contain Joshua Stone King. Stone King is one of the best edge rushers in the FCS. Like I mentioned earlier, 12.5 sacks, and he's such a dynamic run defender as well. They got to find ways to not let him impact the football game. And then for Furman, they got to be balanced on offense. So far, success in the passing game, which led to their first touchdown. But they got to find some rhythm in the run game if they want to beat this Mercer Bears football team.
Ian Williams booms the ensuing kickoff out of the end zone. Touchback, 1st and 10 for Mercer. So the Mercer Bears, this offense this season, Cole, currently ranked 2nd in the nation in total yards of offense per game, averaging 496 yards of offense per game. But the first drive of the game today, Cole, Furman stopped Mercer on the 3-and-out.
Yeah, I mean, the crucial thing that Furman has to do when they play against this Bears team, they got to be able to put enough pressure on Atkinson and force the ball to come out quick.
C.J. Miller gets the handoff and gains a few yards, a gain of about 3, up to the 28. It's a Mercer team that has won 9 straight games versus SoCon competition. It's won 18 of its last 20 games versus SoCon teams. So this team won the regular season SoCon championship last year, going for 2 in a row here in 2025. 2nd and 6. Atkinson, he will throw, lofts the pass, and missing his target, Ajante Dabbs, and it's incomplete. And Bull, we have the 2 most recent SoCon champions going at it today. Mercer won the title last year. Furman won the title in 2023.
Yeah, and right now, Mercer has a really good chance of repeating, getting a Southern Conference title, and it all starts by winning this football game here. Huge 3rd down.
3rd down and 6. Atkinson, penalty flag thrown. Pass to the right side. It is batted away, incomplete. Penalty flag comes in after the play.
So already an offsides call, and then you have a pass interference call that more than likely they're going to take that one.
So a penalty flag at the snap and a penalty flag after the play.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both by the defense. Offside, defense, number 8, that penalty is declined. Pass interference, defense, number 7, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
So pass interference on Furman's Malachi Harrison, and a correction, it's on Keon Jones rather, and he is guilty of the DPI.
Yeah, and it was pretty obvious right there. I mean, you would have loved to see the defender get his head around and try to look for the football, but instead, that's an easy call for the official to get that pass interference.
Miller runs forward, gains about 5, he's up to the 50. C.J. Miller, Coach Jacobs before the game says he's a big running back who's able to make plays. He runs the ball well. The screen game is good when he's in the game. Tremendous blocker. He's played very well and steady this year. Very young Mercer team, but a team that's done well. It's won 6 straight. 5-0 in the league, and a false start penalty coming up here on Mercer.
False start, offense, number 74, 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
False start on left tackle, number 74, Amari Atchison. Big guy, 6'8", 300 pounds, redshirt sophomore. Now makes his second down and 9. Atkinson, he will throw to the left side. Caught by C.J. Miller, the running back, making the catch out of the backfield. And it brings up 3rd down.
And Brock, one of these key things that we also got to keep in mind too for the Paladin defense, if they're going to give up some of these short yardages, they got to make sure they make tackles on these ball carriers. So right here, we're going to see Taylor Blaylock. He's going to be pretty much trailing C.J. Miller there. So that might be the matchup to keep an eye on. If they're playing man, they're going to see those two pretty much being that same matchup. So if he's going to let him catch the ball, he has to get there quick and make a tackle on the ball carrier.
3rd down and 5. Penalty flag comes in again. False start again on the Mercer offense.
False start, offense, number 74, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
So back-to-back false start penalties against the same guy, the left tackle, Amari Atchison. Cole, you played offensive line when you were at Furman. How tough is it to be disciplined in that moment?
Well, to be fair, Brock, I was playing center, so I mean, I controlled when the ball was getting ready to move, but at times, and I have some teammates that'll tell you, I've had the ball in my hand and I've messed up when everybody else is moving. I'm the only one still holding the football, so I've been on both sides of it, but it's not hard.
3rd and 10, Atkinson throws, and the pass is incomplete. Through the hands of Ajante Dabbs, right in the breadbasket, dropped it incomplete, 4th down.
Yeah, and that's a huge missed opportunity by the Bears here. I mean, this is a beautiful throw by Atkinson. And it just hits Dabbs in the hands. Oh, that's one you have to catch. Because that's a huge first down. That keeps the chains rolling. And now you're going to give this Paladin offense a chance to get back on the field.
John McConnell to punt it away again for Mercer. Taylor Blaylock standing at his own 10. So if you take away that pass interference penalty against the Furman defense, pretty much 2 3-and-outs in a row forced by the Furman defense. Blaylock, fair catch made at the 15. And we get a timeout on the field. 9:03 to go in the opening quarter. Furman leading Mercer 6-0. Back after this on ESPN+.
It's the moment you dream of, the moment you work for, train for, run wind sprints when nobody's watching for, the moment when hours of gym time, court time, prep time, all culminate into this time, the moment when millions of bounces, blocks, and boards all add up to this, your moment. Ingalls, we're with you every step of the way.
Once upon a time, during an evening unlike any other, fate would have its way. When 2 hearts skipped a beat and quickly fell in sync. With a little help from a friend, Cinderella had a fairy godmother. you have Hales.
The mission, sneak inside, give out Pepsi, don't get caught.
Just try it. Trust me?
Pepsi makes the carne asada taste even better.
Right? Well, I gotta go now.
You just got here. You can't leave yet.
I've been here for 6 hours. Wow. Tia, you are so strong. I have some more? More. Wow.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere.
Oh, it's my 3rd plate. Go without me. Just save yourselves.
You are the North Star, the guiding light for the ones you love. They watch. They do what you do. And when you take care of yourself, they can stay healthy and strong, like you. You are the center of their universe, and the first step to their good health is yours. Bon Secours, primary, specialty, and emergency care. Healthcare for the universe of you.
Back in Greenville, there's a look at some of the basketball players from the Furman men's team, which had an exhibition game last Sunday against Alabama. The regular season starts here this week for the Paladins. Cole, I cannot wait to get into the new and improved Timmons Arena later this month.
Yeah, man, I got to walk past it on my way to the stadium this morning, and man, that thing is beautiful from the outside. I haven't seen it from the inside just yet either.
Headed throws, passes caught. It's number 85, Luke Clyburn. 3rd string tight end makes the catch. Transfer from Newberry at the Division II ranks. Played in 14 games in 2 years, and he's been a good addition as a backup tight end for this team this year. Gain of 3 brings up 2nd down and 7. CJ Nettles gets the carry, and he is stuffed immediately as number 4, Donovan Watkins, the safety, comes in and makes the stop.
Yeah, so we're going to see the Pals are going to be in pistol formation, hoping to get some push up front, but not enough. Got some penetration that came through, and I was able to make a tackle for really no gain there. So now the Paladins obviously in the passing situation on 3rd and long. You could go for a screen here, or you could try to take a shot.
3rd down and 7, must reach the 25 for the first down. Head in, he will throw on 3rd and 7, going deep down the field looking for Evan James. Oh, batted away at the last second, but it's going to be interference on Mercer as Caleb Hutchinson, the safety, interfered with James, and that should be a first down.
Pass interference. Defense, number 17. 15-yard penalty and automatic first down.
So 15-yard penalty, automatic first down, and the drive continues for Furman.
So James does a great job of beating everybody in coverage, and then you're going to have Mercer's going to be so much out of phase here. They had to make a play on the ball instead of giving up a huge gain. You might as well take your loss here and then just try to get a quick win by getting that pass interference call. 15 yards. Had this been the NFL, that'd been a spot foul. So smart play by the defender, and the Paladins are rolling still on offense in the passing game.
CJ Nettles, burst of speed, breaks a tackle in the open field. 1 man to beat. Inside the 20, breaks a tackle, he scores! Touchdown, Furman, CJ Nettles, his first rushing touchdown of the season.
And Brock, that was the burst that run game has been looking for all season. They finally found an explosive play, and it finally came with CJ Nettles. So here, we're just gonna pretty much run power, and we're gonna have a big gaping hole for CJ Nettles to hit that thing running down the sideline, and makes one guy miss, gives him a stiff arm to the face, and he's gonna get into the end zone, breaks the tackle. Huge play by that offense right there. The offensive line finally getting some traction in the run game. Mercer has to find a way to snap back when they get the ball back on offense.
Ian Williams on for the point after, and the kick is good. We get a timeout again on the field. 7:33 to go in the first quarter. It's all Furman. The Paladins, a couple of touchdowns, a huge touchdown run by CJ Nettles. As Coach Hendricks said, his team must run the football well today and have explosive plays. Coach Hendricks got both on one play. back in Greenville. Cole, let's take a look at the replay of this last run by C.J. Nettles.
Yeah, it really starts with that power run here. So we're going to have number 51, Luke Pettit. The big nasty's going to do a good job of just pulling. Nettles going to follow his blocker, and then he's going to see that big gaping hole that's there. And Brock, I could drive my car through that hole. It's wide enough for that, and it's just nothing but green grass, and Nettles just going to haul it in for a touchdown. Those are the explosive runs we have not seen all season, Brock, and we finally saw it today against a really good Mercer Bears defense.
Returnable kickoff here. It goes 1 yard deep in the end zone. Here's Braden Smith trying to make something happen. Up to the 30-yard line. That's where Mercer will take over 1st and 10 at its own 30. Down 13-0 here in the first quarter.
Holding. 52 of the return.
So if you're Mercer,
10 yards to respond.
how do you respond after being scored on 2 times in a row and you're down 2 scores?
Well, first things first, they got to stop with these self-inflicted wounds, and I'm talking about the penalties. We're already got a holding call that puts you back where you would have been on the 30-yard line. Now you're at the 12 because of that holding on the return. So it's already just starting in places where you don't need to be in, just having mistakes after mistake. And it's either been helping the Paladins either on when they're on offense or it's been on when they're on defense. So they got to stop doing that.
Atkinson throws. Pass is incomplete. So, yeah, they would have had the ball 1st and 10 at the 30. Now it's 1st and 10 at the 12, and now it's 2nd down and 10 from the 12.
And, Brock, you may have not saw it, but right there, you're going to see the Paladins are going to start bringing more pressure. They want to affect this freshman quarterback because at the end of the day, this is a true freshman. He hasn't been pressured a lot in these previous matchups they've had against other teams. And that was one thing Coach Hendricks noted to me. They got to bring more pressure. They have to affect the timing that Atkinson has.
2nd down, Atkinson throws, pass is caught on the sideline. That's Kendall Harris, number 7, making the grab, and it brings up 3rd down.
So we see in the replay here, again, so Atkinson, which you got to give him some praise too. He knows how to go through his progressions quickly, but at the same time, the Paladins do a good job of getting the tackles. You're going to see Keon Jones is making a great break on it.
Pass is thrown, pass is caught, they say, as Adonis McDaniel, number 2 in white, giving the toes inbounds, and he has enough for the 1st down.
So here we go, not really getting a lot of pressure. You see Joshua Stoneking fighting. Might have been a hold on the other side, but official doesn't see it. They're going to have the comeback route that gets them the 1st down.
New set of downs, 1st and 10 here for Mercer. Handoff, Ty Doty. Number 80 in white, Ty Doty. Big run on 1st down. He gains 9, and it brings up 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Mercer has to do. They have to find that good blend of pass and run. If they have a good blend of that and they keep that Paladin defense on their toes and they're quick to the ball and they get set up fast enough, they're going to start having some big gains.
Doty again gets the carry, gains 2. He needed 1, gets the 1st down again. So Mercer not used to being down this early in the game, down 2 touchdowns, 13-0. Furman made 1 extra point and missed on a 2-point try. Leads by 13 over Mercer. 5:40 to go, 1st quarter. Atkinson, new set of downs, 1st and 10. Dumps it off to Doty, and Doty is taken down for a loss. A loss back to the 32.
And again, so it's just this defense that the Paladins have, they do a good job of just retracing their steps on the screen. So, and it comes down to also not only retracing your steps, but those linebackers are doing a good job of keying in on where these running backs are and locating them, and that's how they're making plays. Keeping your eyes on where your assignment is and then getting there in the heartbeat.
Loss of 4, 2nd down and 14. Quick throw, pass is caught. McDaniel again, he's been reliable. Makes the catch on the sideline. And it brings up 3rd down.
So again here, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Atkinson has all day, and he's going to just find his receiver, Adonis McDaniel, just going to stop just a little bit shy of the 1st down. So now you're in the 3rd and 2 situation. You can run the football here. They got their bell cow guy back there, C.J. Miller, to go and get the 1st down.
Handoff to Miller, and he fights for yardage, has enough of the first down, and they'll move the chains again. Still going. His forward progress eventually stopped and tackled inside the 50 to the 47. They'll move the chains. We talked with Clay Hendricks, head coach of Furman, before the game. His keys for us, he said, make Mercer's offense multi-dimensional.
Well, the thing about it, you want to be able to stop them from doing a lot of things. So if they can run the football on you and then they can throw the football, you're already in a kind of a disadvantage. So they got to find ways to make plays like that happen.
Joshua Stone King, a tackle for loss as he tackles Doty. And Joshua Stone King now has 19 tackles for loss this year for almost 100 yards total.
Yeah, so Mercer, they're going to pretty much run the buck sweep here, and then Joshua Stone King just wins on his assignment, gets to the backfield, and makes a tackle for a loss. Brock, if they cannot contain Joshua Stone King, that offensive line is going to be in for a very long day.
2nd and 16, Atkinson airs it out down the right sideline and almost caught by Kendall Harris, but he was out of bounds and incomplete.
And this is a really good job by Keon Jones using that sideline as an extra defender. When you're playing in that type of coverage and you have help back on the inside, you got to be able to play with that sideline. So really that coverage where he's shaded at, he's using that inside technique to use that sideline as an extra defender, forcing that incompletion by kind of having that ball being forced out of bounds.
3rd down and 16. Atkinson looks, throws, passes, caught by Kendall Harris, has the first down inside the 30, still on his feet, and all the way down to the 20-yard line. Explosive big passing play there. Atkinson to Harris for the first down.
Yeah, and Atkinson had all day to throw that football. Middle of the field was wide open, so there's a blown assignment in coverage, and Atkinson's going to just drop a laser to his receiver. As we see the replay here, you're going to have a twist. Then Atkinson sees it, boom. Had the dig route right there to his guy. Big play, first down. You're already getting into that low red zone area.
New set of downs for the Bears. The play action fake by Atkinson. Throws to the corner, passes caught. Malik Simmons, the tight end, has it. Touchdown, Mercer. Malik Simmons, his 2nd touchdown reception of the season, and Mercer is on the board.
Well, Brock, that was the Mercer offense that we've seen throughout the year. Just effective, they execute, and they do a really good job. So you got pistol play action, and then you're going to see one of the Paladins, number 21, Billy Lewis, is just going to lose the tight end for the Bears. It's going to lose him, and it's an easy touchdown for the Bears to score.
Reese Griffith on for the extra point, and he kicks home his 167th consecutive extra point. The kick is good, and Mercer is on the board, trailing by 6 now, 13-7.
So looking from this angle right here, again, just loses the tight end wide open in the end zone. I mean, you can't ask for an easier way to play football. Just the execution that Mercer had throughout that series, first down after first down after first down. They had all that momentum on their side. They knew they had to get some points on that drive, and they delivered.
That is the 22nd passing touchdown of the season for freshman Braden Atkinson of Mercer. This is a young man that took over the starting job after the Presbyterian loss in week 2 of the season. And Coach Mike Jacobs says that he has a quick release, he's accurate with his throws, good arm strength, makes fantastic decisions, made a fantastic decision there, found Simmons for the touchdown. Now it's a 1-score game again as Griffith kicks it off. Fair catch signal made by Furman. Furman gets the ball back, up by 6, 2:34 to go in the first quarter.
And this is going to be a crucial series for this offense. They got to find another way to get into the end zone here. And so far, they've been explosive. I mean, 2 times they've had the football have resulted in touchdowns. It's been in the air, and now it's been on the ground as of recently. So 3rd series here, will this Bears defense bow their necks and find a way to stop this Paladin offense, or will Furman continue to find some rhythm on offense and continue to find ways to score points?
Croasdale is the running back next to Hedden in the shotgun. Little reverse play. Pitch back to Hedden. Hit as he throws. Ball is batted up in the air. It's caught by one of the offensive linemen. Looks like Davis Watson, the left tackle, able to make a catch back at the 5. All kinds of movement and action on that play. There's a penalty flag as well.
There is no foul for illegal touching. The ruling on the field was that the quarterback fumbled the ball.
So a fumble, not a pass. No penalty on Furman for illegal touching.
Well, Ross, sometimes you kind of get too cute with your play calls here, and that was one of those instances. Nobody's open, and it just took way too long for the ball to come out. And so now you have Andrew Zock, and then you got Kobe McInnes that's back there already getting ready to make a sack on Trey Hedden. So didn't like that play call. Would have preferred for Furman there to just run the football, try to get the clock moving on your side, and see if you can get some yards.
Second down, inside handoff. C.J. Nettles has a touchdown run in this game. A little more breathing room away from the goal line. He's at the 11-yard line, brings up third down and long for the Paddles.
Yeah, so right there, Paddles are going to pretty much just run a draw. They already knew that, well, Furman's backed up. They might just throw it. They've had a lot of success there. Well, they're just going to call a draw, get some good yardage there to kind of get back into somewhat of a manageable situation. Still way too many yards to really do anything effective, but you never know in this day of football. Passing game could come in crucial.
Third down and 24. Hedden dumps it off. Croasdale has it past the 20, past the 25, and he's past the 30, but he's still way shy of the first down marker. Ben Croasdale, a guy that got some action last week. He rushed for 91 yards in a starting role against the Citadel last week.
So right here, just going to run a screen. Good job by the offensive line of just selling it. And then Croasdale does a good job of just making a few guys miss. Obviously wasn't going to get all that yards back, but at least they're not in the shadow of their own end zone. Gives enough room for a good, effective punt by Ian Williams.
Williams, the reigning SoCon Special Teams Player of the Week, had 5 punts last week, resulting in touchbacks against the Citadel. Here is Braden Smith. Fair catch is made at the 28. So Mercer football, 39 seconds to go in the first quarter, trailing by 6, 13-7. And it seems like that touchdown in the previous drive by Mercer, Cole, has kind of woken up this team. Now it's going to come back onto the field for the final possession of the first quarter.
Yeah, and Mercer's done a good job that last drive of not letting Joshua Stone King affect the offense. The ball was coming out quick. You don't see Atkinson holding the ball long enough. So in order for Stone King to really start affecting this game when it comes to throwing the football, that secondary has to do a good job of covering.
C.J. Miller tries to go up the middle and gains just 1 up to the 29. Mercer, a team that is 6-1, 5-0 in SoCon play. Last week against VMI, won the game 62-0, had a school record 834 yards of total offense against the Keydets. The play fake by Atkinson, throws down the left side, and looking for Adonis McDaniel. He was all turned around, incomplete, and a late penalty flag comes in. My goodness, several seconds late.
They're going to have a pretty good argument for why they're throwing that flag late for pass interference. It was the judge in the middle of the field throwing that flag, though.
Defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
So 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. Pass interference against Furman.
Yeah, so Jordan Miller was in coverage there. And Brock, I don't remember if you remember last week, Jordan Miller got picked on repeatedly by the Citadel, had 2 big plays against him. So I'm pretty sure when Mercer watched that tape, they said, we got to find ways to target Jordan Miller when we're out there. I don't know who it has to be that's matched up against him, but we got to find ways to attack him.
First down and 10 for the Bears. Likely the final play of the first quarter. Atkinson throws, and nobody home on the left sideline, incomplete, and actually 1 second remaining on the first quarter clock.
Second and 10.
Well, Furman head coach Clay Hendricks said his team, for keys for his team today, must disrupt quarterback Braden Atkinson, eliminate the explosive plays by Mercer, and he said make Mercer multi-dimensional with its offense here this game today. It likes to pass. It's going to run here. Miller to the 49, and that is the end of the first quarter. After one, it is Furman 13, Mercer 7, Bears driving. And when you come back, we're back after this on ESPN+. Back in Greenville, beautiful day for college football. Here's the game summary. Mercer, 101 total yards. CJ Nettles for Furman, 73 rushing yards. Furman, Cole averaging 10.7 yards per play.
Yeah, offense came out here swinging early in the game. I mean, defense had a really good stop. Special teams set them up for that first touchdown score. And then at that point, it was just Furman. And Mercer said, you know what? Let's act like we're a top 10 team.
Atkinson throws on third down. Pass is caught. Braden Smith makes the catch. So one Braden throws to the other Braden. Atkinson to Smith for the first down.
Yeah, so we're going to watch Atkinson here. I mean, great protection up front. Then you're going to have Smith run the out route. No one's really there to cover him completely. Easy first down for the Bears.
The play fake by Atkinson on 1st and 10. He lofts it to the right side. Pass is caught. Adonis McDaniel makes the catch again. He's been outstanding so far in the first half. Another first down for the Bears.
Yeah, so way too much time that the Paladin defense is giving Braden Atkinson. But what they're doing is they're doubling on Stone King here. They know they have to find ways to eliminate him from getting to the quarterback. So if they're only going to rush forward, from Furman's perspective, they got to have another guy out there to block him.
C.J. Miller goes off tackle right, and he's inside the 20, barrels his way out of bounds. He is close, if not already at the first down marker, and they say it is enough for the first down to move the chains.
Yep, so here they're just going to run right at Joshua Stone King on his side of the ball. And when Joshua Stone King gets so far upfield, there leaves this huge hole because the right guard does such a great job taking care of his guy that no one's really there. And then it makes Miller's job pretty easy just to run. And then you have the Paladin secondary trying to come in and find a way to make a tackle and prevent a touchdown.
Mercer struggled on his first 2 possessions of the first quarter, finding its rhythm now here in the second quarter. Pass to the end zone. Pass is overthrown past the hands of Braden Smith, and it's incomplete. Billy Lewis in the secondary on the coverage for Furman.
Yeah, so right here, you're going to see it one-on-one matchup here. Quarterback throws the football in just a little bit too much, but he only put it in a position to where his guy could go and make a catch for it. So I like the accuracy was there. The thought of it was there, just a tad bit too much. But still, good job by the Paladin defense.
2nd and 10, Atkinson throws to the corner of the end zone. Pass is cut. C.J. Miller, the running back, out of the backfield scores. Touchdown, Mercer. C.J. Miller, his 3rd touchdown reception of the season.
Yeah, so as we look at the replay here, we got C.J. Miller, all right? They're going to roll him out on a wheel route. They're going to have one guy, a man-on-man coverage. And, man, you talk about Atkinson. For him being a freshman, he is pinpoint accurate when it comes to putting the right amount of touch on the football, knows how to layer it perfectly to his receivers, and it's a walk into the end zone right there for a touchdown.
Reese Griffith on for the extra point. He is Mercer's all-time leading scorer in school history, now 234 career points scored at Mercer. Timeout on the field, 13-14 to go in the half. Mercer takes the lead, 14-13. Back after this on ESPN+. Back in Greenville, let's take a look at the drive summary on that last drive by Mercer, presented by Smith Drayline. 8 plays, 72 yards, 2:25 off the clock, 18-yard touchdown pass from Atkinson to Miller. What impressed you most on the last drive by Mercer?
Again, it's the efficiency. I thought Atkinson put the ball in a lot of great places. He didn't really put the ball anywhere where it could have been a turnover-worthy play. And I just felt like they just really had their way with the Paladin defense, taking Joshua Stone King out of the passing game at all.
Touchback, Furman gets the ball back. 1st and 10, trailing 14-13. 13-14 to go in the second quarter. So the Mercer defense comes back onto the field against the Furman offense. And the Mercer defense this year, Cole, averaging a nation's best 4.14 sacks per game. Also 3rd in the nation in tackles for loss per game at 8.7 tackles for loss per game.
There's no question. This is a really, really talented defense. No question about that. I mean, they're ranked in the top 25 for a reason. And I think they're really a top 10 team. It's just a matter of, can they sustain and can they make Trey Hedden have some mistakes for the rest of this ball game?
Nettles gets the handoff, has a big touchdown run in this game. He is stuffed at the 31, gain of 6, brings up 2nd down and 4.
Yep, so good run to go ahead and start off this series. And then the offensive line getting in there, help try to push the pile. Didn't get a lot of push on that pile, but still for it to be 2nd and 4, they're in a good spot where they can either run the football or set up something in the RPO game.
Gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. Hand off to Nettles again, and he is stuffed for a loss of the play of 1 back to the 30. Earlier this season, it was the Furman wide receiving core that was injured a lot. This week, Gavin Hall, running back, out with a hand injury. Now it's up to C.J. Nettles and Jaquan Smith.
Yeah, so right there, just really, if you're going to run the ball and try to cut it up in the middle, you're leaving yourself vulnerable for a safety or a linebacker to shoot the gap, and that's exactly what happened. That's the reason why that play didn't result in anything but a loss of a yard. So what you would probably prefer is for that ball to either get bounced or find a way to run through a guy.
3rd and 5, passes complete to Evan James. Nowhere to go, and a tackle for loss again by the Mercer defense. And it brings up 4th down and long.
So credit to the Bears defensively in that secondary. They took away anything that was remotely close to the stick. So Evan James is going to run a shallow, but he gets a little bit too close to the line of scrimmage, and then he goes a little bit behind where he needs to be at. And so it puts him on an awkward angle where he's running, and then the Bears do a good job of closing in on him. So he can't get vertical, and he's already backwards. So that play was already busted from the get-go just because of that. If he would have stayed on his route running that shallow, he at least would have had them backed up on a 4th and 9 right now.
Whistle on the play. Did somebody call timeout? Yes, timeout taken by Furman. It's first of the half with 11:16 to go in the second quarter. 14-13 Mercer here in Greenville. So now Mercer will get the football back. Here's head coach Mike Jacobs. Former head coach at Division II, Lenore Ryan, for 4 seasons. He went 32-9 in those 4 years, made it to the Division II playoffs twice. Former offensive lineman, former long snapper at Ohio State in the late 90s, early 2000s. So a quick timeout taken and granted for Furman. Ian Williams, who had 5 punts last week, totaling 208 yards. Back to punt it again. Decent punt. Braden Smith likes a bounce, takes a Furman bounce inside the 30, all the way down to the 27. And we get a timeout to the field. 11:03 to go in the second quarter. Mercer on the road, leading Furman 14-13. Back after this on ESPN+. back on a beautiful Saturday in Greenville, South Carolina. Furman University 14-13. Mercer leads Furman, 11:03 to go in the second quarter. Braden Atkinson, starting quarterback, back out there again for Mercer. 1st and 10. And a handoff. C.J. Miller plows through the line. Has enough for the first down up to the 40. They'll move the chains.
So as we look at the replay here, I mean, obviously great run. It really just, again, inside zone, no one's there. And, man, they're just doing a good job of getting offensive linemen to that second level, meaning they're getting those linemen to those linebackers, and that's what's really creating a lot of these big runs from Mercer.
New set of downs, 1st and 10. Quick throw, pass is out of the hands of Braden Smith for Mercer, incomplete.
So here, just pretty much going to run it, trying to throw the football out to your wide receiver and hoping he can just pick up a block, but just couldn't hold on to it. I think that play was going to be busted from the get-go anyway.
2nd and 10. Atkinson. Here comes the pressure. Hit as he throws. Pass is caught. Travion Solomon makes the catch. He has another first down. Travion Solomon, 6'1", 190, redshirt junior. Did not play last year. Medical redshirt, gets a first down there.
Yeah, so if you're looking at this game from a wider angle here, you're going to see the whole secondary is playing beyond the sticks. There's nobody in the middle of the field because they're going to bring a linebacker late. And so when you're going to have somebody come in on a in route, no one's there to cover him, and that's what's creating these open plays where they're having these big gains.
Mercer doing a good job on this drive, mixing in the run with the pass. C.J. Miller still on his feet, being pushed from behind, and he is at the first down sticks. He has the first down. He will not be denied on that play.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's what we call pushing the pile right there, and that's how you get a first down when you probably are short a few yards. Just going to hand it off pretty much like it was duo. And then again, just watch this. Look at that pile just getting pushed by the offensive line. Even the quarterback trying to jump in there, he's pushing that thing. That's what you need. You need that type of buy-in, and that's the reason why Mercer's top team in the conference at the moment.
It's an entire team tush push.
That's one way to look at it.
Atkinson, 1st and 10, flush, throws, and juggling it and dropping it on the sideline, incomplete, is Ty Doty, the running back, and it brings up second down.
Yeah, so we haven't really said his name a lot today. I mean, Joshua Stone King putting a little bit of pressure on Braden Atkinson there just by pushing that left tackle a little bit toward his lap and flushes Atkinson out the pocket. He's going to try to dump the ball off, so it's not a good throw, and that affects him, and that's an incompletion.
2nd down and 10 at the 29 of Furman. Handoff. Tyrell Cord getting the carry. Tyrell Cord, 6', 205, junior, gets the carry and gains a couple.
Yeah, here, so we see this replay. Again, it's just guys not getting off of their blocks for this Paladin defense. If they were able to get off some of these blocks, that takes away a lot of those big inside runs that Mercer is getting. So you got to give credit where credit's due. Mercer's offensive line is doing a great job of opening up holes. So here, the Paladins need to defend some part of the middle of the field where the sticks are at, especially if they're going to bring pressure.
3rd and 5, Atkinson throws, passes, caught Malik Simmons, and he is close to the first down marker. It is really close inside the 20, near the 19. Malik Simmons with 1 touchdown reception already in this game.
Yeah, I think they're going to go for it there, but a little bit of confusion in the secondary, that threw everything off. And so Furman just gives it up, and now it's a first down instead of a 4th and short.
Just enough for the first down. They move the chains, nearing the midway point of the second quarter. Mercer was down 13-0 at the start of the game. It's had 2 consecutive touchdowns. Now trying to add to the lead some more on this drive. New set of downs, 1st down and 10. Here's Atkinson. He throws, passes, caught somehow at the 2-yard line by Adonis McDaniel. Now they say it's incomplete. They say it's incomplete, hit the turf, and it brings up third down.
Yeah, that would have been one heck of a catch, though, if it was completed. As we look at the replay here, what we're going to see, again, just throwing the ball over the middle so Atkinson throws it. And then, see, the guy that gave up a lot of plays last week, number 18, Jordan Miller, he's going to get a hand in there to prevent this from being a catch. And really, that's almost a great one-handed snag by number 2, Adonis McDaniel.
Play clock was winding down to 1, and Mercer takes a timeout to save that next play. Looked like he had it and then just dropped it at the last second.
It will be for 30 seconds.
So timeout taken by Mercer. It's a Mercer team, as we mentioned, as we take a look at the last play. Oh, so close.
I guess they want to make sure that if he caught it coming down and right there, looks like a catch, but. Okay, they're seeing if the ball ever touched the ground. He bobbled it, but I don't know if that ball ever touched the ground, though. That's close, but I mean, they're going to keep it as an incompletion. There's not enough to really change that call. But I can see an argument for it to be a completed pass, but again, not enough evidence to make a change.
The ball looked like it was wedged between his knees, the football between his kneecaps. 2nd and 10. Here's Atkinson, he throws, and the pass is incomplete. Getting all turned around in the end zone of Jante Dabbs. Incomplete, brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, again, that's a missed opportunity there because Dabbs has his guy beat. I mean, it's going to be an out and up route. And then you're going to see number 9 for the Palace, Keon Jones. He's going to bite on the out when Dabbs just releases for the up part of it, and he's wide open in the end zone. So missed opportunity by Atkinson, missed throw. Now you're staring at a 3rd and 10. Curious to see if Dwayne Bond's going to put the dogs out on Atkinson to try to affect the throw.
4 wide receivers for Atkinson. Now they send a 5th man out there. Here is Atkinson, 3rd and 10. Pass is caught. McDaniel has it, and he has enough for the first down inside the 10. He's down to the 6.
Yeah, it was pretty simple there. So I can tell the Paladin secondary was probably expecting a go ball, and it just turns into pretty much a curl route by McDaniel, and he's able to get the first down.
First down and goal for the Bears at the Furman 6. Atkinson, handoff to C.J. Miller, plows his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Mercer, as C.J. Miller has his 7th rushing touchdown of the season. 2nd overall touchdown of the game for him. And Mercer extends the lead to 7.
And Brock, I can tell you right now, just from this angle here, you're going to see the Paladin defensive line just getting washed every single time on these inside zones, and it creates a huge lane for the running backs just to cut back and get vertical. And that's the reason why they're having so much success in the run game. It's just D linemen getting washed and it's creating these holes for these running backs to get vertical.
Kick is up, and the kick is good, and we get a timeout on the field. 6:45 to go until halftime. Mercer has scored 21 unanswered points. It leads Furman by 8, 21-13.
Hey, grab me one too.
When you scan the Spinks app and buy this, and this, you save big at the pump on that. Plus, save an additional 10 cents off per gallon when you use Extras Pay in the Spinks app.
People who love delicious fresh fried chicken know the restaurant with the crispiest, juiciest out there isn't a typical restaurant at all. Taste the hand-breaded Southern fried surprise for yourself.
Spinks, making life easier.
You are the North Star, the guiding light for the ones you love. They watch. They learn. They do what you do. And when you take care of yourself, they can stay healthy and strong like you. You are the center of their universe, and the first step to their good health is yours. Bon Secours, primary, specialty, and emergency care. Healthcare for the universe of you.
Should we give him a minute?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The holidays are here. The BMW Road Home Sales Event on now. Hurry in for exceptional offers today.
Back in Greenville, South Carolina, Furman University, first day of November 2025. Beautiful day for college football. Here a showdown of the SoCon. Mercer has scored 21 unanswered points. It leads Furman 21-13. Fair catch made by Furman at the 6. And they'll bring it out to begin the next drive here, 1st and 10. Right, so Cole, Furman defense has allowed 21 unanswered points. Furman would love to get a score on this drive. Where does it need to go to get some points?
Well, I mean, they got to find ways to get a little bit more creative in the run game. No cute plays. You don't need these trick plays. That's what really, I felt like, took the air out of this offense. You know, you got to let Trey Hedden put something together. Let him get cooking and find some of these receivers in the middle of the field, because, again, I feel like the weakness on this Mercer Bears defense is the secondary, so you got to find ways to expose them.
Hedden throwing on 1st and 10. Pass is batted away and incomplete. Donovan Watkins, he's been active in the secondary here today, gets the PBU, the pass breakup, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, maybe Donovan Watkins might be tuned into what I just said, because I still think that secondary is still the weak point of that defense. But again, that Mercer Bears secondary is so far showing up to play. They're taking away a lot of these throws, but we got to look for something out here. If I'm the Paladins, you got to look for something out there and find ways to hit it.
Ben Crosdale gets the carry, and he fights for yardage, gains about 3. He's up to the 27-yard line, brings up 3rd down.
You got replay here. I mean, you know, just pretty much running inside zone and just really nothing there. You get a few yards, and you're in a situation where you're going to have to throw the football. So if you want to take a shot, that's fine. If they're going to run quarters coverage, you can find a way to beat them deep. You're just going to have to find a way for number 2 to distract one of those safeties, and you got to hope you have a post route dialed up.
3rd and 7. Here comes the pressure. He escapes out of it momentarily, and down he goes around the 30-yard line, and it brings up 4th down and about 5 yards to go.
Yeah, so there I can already tell they're looking to have a big play to happen there. They're looking for a big pass to go down the field, and Trey Hedden's just going to get flushed from in the pocket. And you see Zock already on him, right there by the ankles. He says, no, 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 he's not getting anywhere today. So, again, a huge stop by the Bears, and now you're staring at giving that offense, who's been rolling, another chance at going down the field and scoring some points.
Ian Williams punts it away, almost had it blocked. Drifting back, fair catch made by Braden Smith just outside of the 20. Mercer takes over at the 20. Here's a look at the highlights so far of Mercer quarterback number 11, Braden Atkinson.
Oh, man, I mean, he's been explosive. I mean, just enough time to sit back there and throw the football. I mean, it just way more time than really anticipated. Joshua Stone King hasn't really been a huge factor in this football game because of that offensive line. They've done a great job of shutting out the number 1 edge defender in the FCS. And right now, Braden Atkinson, he's playing lights out. 15 for 25, 157 yards, and the 2 touchdowns to go with it. He's playing some great football for a freshman.
23 passing touchdowns on the day, including on the season rather, 2 today. Handoff, Miller gains a couple. This is a season that's been a little odd from the start for Mercer. Coach Jacobs said his team played UC Davis. Didn't play so well in the first half, played well in the second half during week 0. Then the game was called a no contest due to weather. The team lost the next week to Presbyterian. Made the change at quarterback, put Braden Atkinson in there after the Presbyterian loss. And since then, Atkinson and the team has looked great as Ty Doty gets the carry, and he has the first down.
Again, you got to credit that offensive line. So here again, inside zone. You're going to see guys that really had another lane. He could have won it. I don't know why he bounced it. He had nothing but daylight. If he would have just stayed in that 8 gap, he would have probably still been running right there, but decided to bounce it out. Still got a first down. But, man, that offensive line, they are just taking it to the Paladin defensive line.
The play fake by Atkinson, hit as he throws, and the pass is juggled and incomplete. He was looking for Kendall Harris. Talon Blaylock, number 1 in the coverage with the PBU, and it's incomplete.
So here it is. I mean, if you want to affect the freshman quarterback, you got to bring some pressure, and he's holding just long enough, and he's going to take a shot, way to stay in there and throw the football. And right there, over the hand of a defender. Wow, this is a great job of layering the football. A little bit behind his receiver. But, man, I mean, Atkinson has such a great touch when he's throwing these balls. I mean, it's just hard for defenders to really get a hand on it or pick it off because it finds ways to his receivers.
Atkinson, ball batted away at the line of scrimmage, and it's incomplete. He had a wide open tight end, number 86, Samuel Albee, down the field. That could have been 6. Instead, good pressure up front by Furman's defense, getting a hand up there. Incomplete.
Well, hey, if you can't get to the quarterback, well, you better start getting your hands up. So right there, Luke McLaughlin, he doesn't get there, so he's just going to jump and try to bat the ball down, and that's what you got to have more examples of, or more plays of, just guys jumping up, trying to knock the ball down if they can't get to the quarterback.
Big play here for the Furman defense, trying to get a stop on third down and 10. Atkinson for the Bears, looking, throwing, pass incomplete. Looking for Adonis McDaniel. Incomplete. Furman gets a stop on D, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, so here in the replay, we're going to see a couple of things. I want everybody to keep an eye on the right side, right? They're sliding the protection to the right because they know that's where Joshua Stone King is. If they feel like he's going to have a chance to win off the edge, they're going to have another guard coming in to make a play. So you're really relying on everybody else on that defensive line to win their one-on-ones and affect the quarterback. You got to be able to find pressure and deliver it to Atkinson and flush him out.
5 of the play clock. John McConnell, he is the punter. Booms it away, high kick. Fair catch made by Talon Blaylock just inside the 20. So Furman gets another chance, gets the stop on D. Offense back onto the field, down 8, 21-13. 2 touchdowns by Furman, a missed 2-point try in the first quarter. Here's a look at the upcoming schedule for the Paladins at Chattanooga next week, November the 8th, then home against VMI on Senior Day 2 weeks from today, then at Clemson to close out the regular season in 3 weeks. Headed on 1st and 10. Looks. Here comes the pressure, and down he goes. He's sacked. Making the sack is Julian Fox, the linebacker. And for Fox, that's his 2nd sack of the season.
So Heddon's going to have a freshman moment here. Okay, it's not there, it's not there, it's not there. Throw the football away here. You can't take a sack. Not a smart move by Trey Heddon. He's been playing such smart football, and then he'll have a lapse where it just has a freshman moment, and that was one of those there. If it's not there, throw the football away. You can't afford to take a sack in this type of ball game.
Loss of 9, 2nd down and 19. C.J. Nettles, he is stopped for virtually no gain, maybe half a yard, and that's it. Approaching 3 minutes to go in the second quarter, the first half of play. Furman is down 8 points. 3rd down and 19. They say officially no gain. Actually, they say a gain of 3. So 3rd down and about 16. Well, we'll head and draw up here. 3rd and 16. Flushed. Puts his head down and he goes down. A gain of 1 up to the 14, and that's it.
And you can tell his eyes are down the field. He's looking for the big play, but again, the offensive line, they're doing what they can to try to protect him, but again, that pass rush from the Bears, they're finding ways to affect Trey Headed, and now his clock is so thrown off. But if they're trying to set up a deep pass, he has no time to do that because he's thinking, oh, pressure, pressure, pressure.
Their 3rd and final charge timeout. It will be for 1 minute. Please
so Mercer takes its final timeout of the half with 2:25 to go in the 2nd quarter. It still has the 2-minute timeout remaining. And Furman will be punting the football away to Mercer, which could get the ball on a short field. 2:25 to go in the 2nd quarter, leading Furman by 8.
So here, you just got to find a way for your special teams. You need Ian Williams to boot that thing as far as he can, and you just need your defense to find a way to get another stop.
The Mercer Bears, there's head coach Mike Jacobs. His team last year won the SoCon championship. His team would lose to eventual national champion North Dakota State in the FCS quarterfinals last year. There's no shame in saying that. North Dakota State has been dominant at the FCS level the last several years. Got a battle between the last 2 SoCon champions today. Mercer winning the title last year, Furman winning the SoCon championship in 2023. Ian Williams standing at his own goal line to punt it away here for Furman. Decent boot. Fair catch signal made. Catch is made by Braden Smith. Inside the 40 to the 39. New set of downs here for Mercer. New possession. Up 8, 21-13, 2:19 to go, 2nd quarter. You got to think here, Cole, if you're Furman, definitely want to keep this a 1-score game going into the halftime break.
Yeah, I mean, right here, the Bears could just go ahead and just run the football and get the clock rolling, take themselves into that 2-minute timeout. And if they do that, I mean, that defensive line, that interior, they got to win on some of those blocks. They got to be able to flush everything and make a pile. That way they're not getting knocked around and creating big games.
C.J. Miller, he's had a good game today, a rushing touchdown, a touchdown reception in the game. Coach Mike Jacobs just raved about him, talking to him earlier this week about C.J. Miller. Good running back, good receiving back, sets up the screen game well. And we get to the 2-minute timeout. 2 minutes to go, 2nd quarter. Mercer leads Furman 21-13. Back after this on ESPN+.
Furman Athletics is proud to partner with the Michael Firm, dedicated to providing compassionate counsel to those injured.
Back in Greenville, 2 minutes exactly to go in the second quarter. Mercer leads Furman 21-13. Bears ball, second down and 5 at their own 44. 4 wide receivers for Braden Atkinson to work with on second down and 5 for the Bears. Atkinson, quick throw, pass is caught. Ajante Dabbs makes the catch, but a little quiet here in the first half, but he makes the catch, has the first down. They'll move the chains.
Yeah, the Pounds will keep playing soft coverage right there, and I know they're so concerned about giving it up deep. They have to find ways to where Braden Atkinson doesn't feel comfortable throwing it short, and then, wow, wide open.
Pass is caught. Good throw from Braden Atkinson to Braden Smith. One Braden to the other. They make the connection, the catch out of bounds, to move the chains again.
All right, we talked about it. Palad's not really generating a lot of pass rush. Atkinson has more than enough time to sit there and throw the football. He's going to have the other Braden get loose, coming across the middle of the field, and they get a first down.
4 wide receiving targets here again for Atkinson to work with. Trips to the left on first down. Atkinson lofts the pass down the left sideline, looking for Harris, and it's incomplete. Good coverage on the play by A.K. Burrell, the corner. Brings up second down and 10. Clock stopped, minute 38 to go.
Yep, not only just good coverage, but they're also a little bit good on the rush too, forcing a little bit of pressure. Ball comes out a little bit earlier than what Atkinson wants to, and that forces an incompletion.
Second down, 10. Minute 38 to go, second quarter. Atkinson in the pocket. He throws, pass is caught. Ajante Dabbs makes the catch. Tackle made by Jordan Miller, the corner. Clock running. Inside 90 seconds to go. Now brings up third down and about 6. 3rd and 7 officially, 3rd and 7. Atkinson throws. Ball batted away by Furman and incomplete. It was number 0, or correction, it was the number 9, Keon Jones, making the PBU.
And there you go. I mean, if you can't get that pass rush there in time, or you affect the throw, your corners, they got to come in and make a play. So right there, stop route, way to get there. Close the ground, get your hand up, play the football, and knock it down for a PDU.
44-yard field goal attempt here by Reese Griffith. Plenty of distance. Kick is up, and the kick is good. And Mercer extends its lead to 11, 24-13. 2-score lead here for Mercer on the road in Greenville. Reese Griffith, the all-time leading scorer in the history of Mercer football, had 230 career points scored coming into today, the all-time leader. Mercer has scored 24 unanswered points after Furman got out to a 13-0 lead in the first quarter. $109 to go in the second quarter. So Furman will get the ball back. It has 2 timeouts remaining, trailing by 11, 24-13, as we wind down the second quarter play. Touchback for the Paladins. 1:09 to go, second quarter, down 11.
All right, so you're going to have a 2-minute offense operation here. You got your 2 timeouts. Right here, Trey Hedden cannot have a freshman moment. He cannot take a sack. That cannot happen on this operation. If it does, that throws off everything on this whole series that they want. Anything they want to accomplish, that'll throw off everything. He cannot take a sack. The ball has to find ways to get beyond the sticks for a first down, so that way the clock will stop. You don't want to have to use those timeouts.
Hedden, the quarterback, in the gun. Handoff, C.J. Nettles, and finds his way through the hole, gets past the 30 to the 31. And a timeout taken by Furman. It has one left in the half.
The second of the half.
I think the Pounds were kind of hoping they were going to catch the Bears defense sleeping by running the football there. And in a way they do, because Nettles finds a way to get 6 yards. So here, we're just going to pull the guard, power run right there. If Nettles would have bounced it to the outside of his block, he would have still been running, and that would have been a first down. That would have stopped the clock, and they would have gotten the ball quick, and they would have played the game just like that. But right there, I think that's a little bit more of a vision issue by Nettles. He just didn't make the right read off of that block.
Today is Military Appreciation Day. Some of our best representatives of our country watching some college football today. Here is Hedden, throws, pass is incomplete, looking for Devin Hester Jr. And it brings up quickly 3rd down.
Yeah, so the one play where we see that Hedden has more than enough time to throw the football, great protection around him. The ball doesn't even make it to his receiver. And honestly, that ball probably could have been jumped by one of the Bears defenders. So in hindsight, it's probably a good thing that ball didn't make it to Devin Hester. But at the same time, they got to find ways to generate something quick so that way Hedden can get in a rhythm and get the ball down the field.
3rd down and 4, must reach the 35-yard line for the first down. Hedden, he will hand it off to Crosdale, breaks one tackle, fighting for yardage. He's going to be 1 yard shy of the first down. Clock running inside a minute to go in the second quarter.
All right, so we're going to run the football here. See the number 15 for the Mercer Bears, Kobe McGinnis. No one picks him up or no one touches him. He comes off the backside of the line of scrimmage, and he pretty much disrupts the play by just getting a little bit on Crosdale. Kind of trips him up a little bit, and then it gives the Bears enough time to come in and make a play to keep the Paladins from getting the first down.
So Furman takes its final timeout of the half. 4th down and 1.
Their 3rd and final timeout.
At the Furman own 34. 35 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
I can see it right now, Coach Hendricks, he's just talking with the officials about the spot. He's already taken the hat off, so I know he's a little bit upset about it. He's voicing his opinion about the spot. And whether you feel like if you want to leave your offense out here on your own side of the field and see if they can get a first down, that's up to you. And right now, it looks like the offense will probably go out there and try to see if they can get that first down. So you got to live by it and see what happens.
You see Clay Hendricks there. He was very pleased in last week's win that his team did not turn the football over last week in the game against the Citadel. His team had 8 turnovers in the previous 2 games combined. Much happier last week after the win over the Citadel. No TOs in the game.
Yep. And now here they're just going to decide to go ahead and punt the football. Offense already on the sideline, just again arguing about the spot of it. I guess he didn't like it. So they're still talking about it. Coach Hendricks and the head official having a heated discussion about it.
Coach Hendricks, he bleeds purple. Played at Furman, former assistant coach for almost 20 years at Furman. Head coach now in his 9th season, coaching at his alma mater. 4th down and 1. Furman punts it away. Big booming punt. Fair catch signal made by Braden Smith. Fair catch made at the 24. 28 seconds to go.
Fair catch made at 21.
And what kind of offensive plays here do you expect to see from Mercer? No timeouts, leading by 11, 28 seconds to go until the break.
I mean, if they want to, they could just run the football here and just let the clock drain out. Furman doesn't have any timeouts to stop the clock anymore. So at this point, I mean, do you really want to put the ball in harm? Or do you want to just go in, you have an 11-point lead, take your knee, and just keep it going? But it looks like they're going to just go ahead and line up here, and they're going to call something here. So I expect the run. I don't expect something deep just yet.
Miller in the backfield with Atkinson. He will hand off to Miller. Rumbles his way forward across the 20 to the 25. gain of about 4. And that'll likely be the last play of the second quarter. And it looks like Mercer will not run a play. Mercer will not run a play. Clock is running out, and that's the end of the first half of play. Halftime is here. Mercer, after being down 13-0, 24 unanswered points. The Bears have an 11-point lead, 24-13. Our halftime coverage here from Paladin Stadium begins in a moment here on ESPN+. Back in Greenville, South Carolina, Furman University at the break of this SoCon football game. It's Mercer 24, Furman 13. And welcome back, everyone. Brock Bowling alongside Cole Neely. And Cole, Furman got out to a 13-0 start. Then the Mercer offense got going. How did Mercer find its rhythm?
Well, Mercer really just woke up. I think that's really what it was. And it really started when the Paladins tried to run the flea flicker play. It went for a negative gain. It was a sack. And then outside of that, it just got out of hand. So when they had to punt the football back off to Mercer, it was just first down after first down after first down. There was no answer to the run game. Even if the Paladins thought they had a way to clog up the holes, running backs did a good job just bouncing it out, finding ways to get those hard yards. So that's what they've been doing really well. And then also, they've been doing a good job of exposing the middle of the field. The Paladins have not done a great job of covering that part of the field, and it's led to some big plays and huge conversions on third down.
Let's take a look at some of the first half highlights of this game. It was Furman getting out to a quick 13-0 start. You see the quarterback pass there from Hedden to Evan James for the touchdown. How about C.J. Nettles' burst of speed, and there he goes, he's gone.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the Paladins did a good job within those first 2 series of offense. I mean, they were finding ways to create explosive plays. That was something they haven't had in previous weeks in the run game. And then all of a sudden, Mercer said, all right, let's relax here and let's make some plays happen. And you can see that throughout this highlight package. It's just play after play after play, and it's been either busted coverage or it's just been Atkinson doing a good job of learning the football and putting it in the right place.
Mercer scoring 24 unanswered points to lead at 24-13 at the break. Here's a look at the halftime stats. You see the rushing yards in favor of Mercer, passing yards the same, total yards advantage Mercer. How about the first downs, Cole? 19 first downs, only 3 for Furman.
That's the staggering number, in my opinion, is those first downs. I mean, and it showed. I mean, when the Bears got the ball back on their second offensive series, it was just first down after first down, and they built it up. So they've done a great job of taking it to the Paladins.
Halftime score, Mercer 24, Furman 13. Our halftime coverage continues in a moment here on ESPN+. Back at Paladin Stadium, Greenville, South Carolina. Halftime score, Mercer leads Furman 24-13. Let's take a look at some scores around the SoCon this afternoon. In Spartanburg, Wofford ahead of Sanford 21-13 in the third quarter. Over in Charleston, South Carolina, VMI on the road leads at the Citadel by 2 touchdowns. And later on today, 4 Eastern in Chattanooga, Western Carolina takes on Chattanooga. We take a look at the SoCon standings entering today. You see Mercer and Western Carolina both undefeated in conference play. 5-0 for Mercer, 4-0 for Western Carolina. And for Furman, 3-2 in the league in the middle of the pack. And next week, Cole, Mercer takes on Western Carolina at Western. And if Mercer wins this game today, then that could be for the SoCon title next week.
Yeah, I mean, they have a slate of Western Carolina and Chattanooga. Those are the last 2 games in their conference schedule. They find a way. They win today. They keep handling business the way they are. Yes, Western Carolina will be the team that stands in their way. They win that game, and then all that's left is Chat. They win that, you get SoCon champions 2 back-to-back seasons. So right now, everything is in Mercer's hands. They control everybody's destiny in this conference.
And we'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have more coverage of our halftime show here in Greenville. It's Mercer leading Furman 24-13. Back after this on ESPN+. back in Paladin Stadium in Greenville, South Carolina. Halftime score, Mercer leads Furman 24-13. Furman's cross-country teams extended their streaks Saturday as the Paladins swept the men's and women's team titles for the 13th consecutive year at the SoCon Cross-Country Championships. Freshman Tessa Walker honored as the SoCon Women's Runner of the Year and as the league's Female Freshman of the Year after winning the women's individual title. Furman's Rita Gary named the SoCon Women's Coach of the Year, while Robert Gary received the award on the men's side for the 12th time. In the day's second race, the Furman men's team scored 20 points for their 13th straight title, a streak which leads the league on the men's side. The Paladins placed 6 runners among the top 7 in the 8K race. Grad student Albert Velacunja paced the Paladins with a time of 24 minutes, 14 and a half seconds to finish in second place. And don't forget, tomorrow it's college basketball, Monday it's college basketball season opener around the country for everybody, including the Furman women's basketball team. The Paladins take on North Greenville, 7 o'clock, right there inside Timmons Arena against North Greenville. They're in Greenville, South Carolina. Halftime score, 24-13, Mercer leads. Braden Atkinson, one of his 2 touchdown passes thrown in the first half. Bears lead it by 11. Back in Greenville, 24-13. Mercer leads Furman. We're just about ready to start the second half of play, the third quarter. Cole, how about the Mercer defense, how it played in the first half?
Well, Brock, the Bears have definitely taken the Paladins' honey. I mean, just nothing has worked for the Furman Paladins. I mean, 107 yards allowed, 2 sacks, 5 tackles for loss. I mean, they've made Trey Hedden at times look like a freshman quarterback, and they've just swarmed to the ball in terms of the run game and only gave up 1 big play. But ever since then, I mean, they have just clogged every single gap and every single hole. There has been nothing available for the Paladins in the run game outside of that one huge 60-something yard run.
There's a look at the Furman Paladins. They will receive the second half kickoff, down 2 scores, down 24-13. As we start the third quarter of play, Furman scored the first 13 points of the game, a couple of touchdowns, 1 extra point, a missed 2-point conversion. Then Mercer got its offense going, scoring 24 unanswered points, and the Bears lead it 24-13. Here is the second half kickoff. Reese Griffith will boot it away with the left foot. Returnable for Furman. Easterling across the 30, across the 40. There he goes down the sideline. Caleb Easterling, 1 man to beat, and he is gone. Touchdown, Furman. Caleb Easterling goes all the way to the house. An immediate score for Furman.
Well, Brock, that's one way to come out of halftime right there for the Paladins. I mean, if you were looking for anything to really inspire your team, to get them motivated, to bring that juice back to your sideline, getting a kick return to start off the second half, that'll do it.
That is one way to do it. One quick play, a 13-second, 100-yard return for a touchdown on the ensuing kickoff of the third quarter. Ian Williams on for the PAT. This one is up, and the kick is good. Furman, just like that, strikes quickly and pulls to within 4, 24-20.
Yeah, it was really good job. Just a lot of great blocks. And then at that point, it's just nothing but green grass, just all for Caleb Easterling. I mean, nobody is there. I mean, the freshman just does such a great job of just finding a lane, and he takes it and he gets to the end zone.
One thing, Cole, you can never really underestimate at any level of football, high school, college, pro, is the play of special teams. And that play right there basically just cut the lead in half here for Furman. It was down 11, now it's only down 4. And riding the momentum here early on in the third quarter.
Yeah, Brock, well, special teams, special plays, special players. And that's exactly what happened just there when you have special teams working in your favor. And I thought they've been pretty good on special teams so far in this game, that when you have one thing going for you, you can find a way to get something else going for you as well. So now, if they don't allow a return here, and the Paladin defense gets back on the field and they find ways to limit and take away what this Mercer offense has been doing so well in the first half, they'll be in a good spot to really get this ball game back in their favor.
Touchback, and Mercer gets the ball. First and 10. Up 4, 24-20. You got to see what that does for Furman's momentum, as it got exactly what it wanted. Could not have asked for anything better, Cole. A 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, cutting that lead in half from 11 down to 6, basically. Or made 11 down to 4, I should say, 24-20. And now it's Furman's defense coming onto the field, trying to get a stop here on the first possession of Mercer in the third quarter. First and 10 for Mercer. Atkinson, the freshman quarterback, he'll hand off. C.J. Miller. Miller's been active today, trying to turn the corner and lowers his head across the 30. He has a touchdown reception of the game, a touchdown run of the game, and he gains a few yards there, brings up second down and short.
And honestly, up front, I mean, they did a good job of just, again, taking away those holes where the running back was originally supposed to go. They flushed them outside, just nobody's out there, and C.J. Miller does a good job of just turning nothing into something.
Miller again gets the carry. Raleigh Herbert, one of the first men there, number 24 in purple, makes the stop. Taylor Blaylock also into the coverage and takes him down.
Yeah, right there. So C.J. Miller just being really patient in the run game, just waiting for that just a little bit of daylight to open up, and then he's just going to take it, gets a few yards, and picks up the first down.
New set of downs for the Bears, 1st and 10. At their own 37, Atkinson, the play fake. Here comes the pressure. Throws down the sideline. Pass is caught. Ajante Dabbs into the end zone. Touchdown, Mercer. Ajante Dabbs, his 5th touchdown reception of the season. And Mercer answers back with a big score.
Well, we didn't really call Dabbs' name a lot in the first half, so they come out here early and they get him going. So right there, some pressure on the quarterback, and then right there, the Palin defender, number 9, Keon Jones, just doesn't get his head turned around and try to make a play on the football, and they've been picking on him quite a bit throughout this game, really testing his one-on-one ability. And then right there, just Dabbs makes a heck of a play, coming back, just get into the ball and makes the guy miss, scores a touchdown.
3rd touchdown pass thrown today by Atkinson, his 24th of the season. Time out of the field. 13:34 to go, 3rd quarter. Mercer strikes back and leads Furman again by 11. 31-20. We're back after this on ESPN+.
Fans at this time, please direct your attention to the field as we recognize 2 Vietnam veterans.
So, you gonna play this week?
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 You gonna play this
You
week?
gonna play this week? You gonna play this week?
You gonna play this week?
You gonna play this week? This week?
And welcome to the Ingalls Game of the Week as the Warhorses square off against the rival.
He's going in.
He's going in. Go, baby!
Ingalls, we're with you every step of the way.
Once upon a time, during an evening unlike any other, fate would have its way. When 2 hearts skipped a beat and quickly fell in sync. With a little help from a friend, Cinderella had a fairy godmother. You have Hales.
Life gets hectic, but with Bon Secours, it's never been easier to stay engaged in your healthcare, your way, whether in person or virtually. For you and everyone that depends on you. Through MyChart, you can now schedule and get access to care whenever, wherever, and however you need it. Bon Secours, healthcare for the universe of you. Connect with Bon Secours on MyChart.
Hey, grab me one too.
Back in beautiful Greenville, South Carolina, Paladin Stadium, Furman University. Mercer responds to Furman's kickoff return for a touchdown. On a touchdown pass from Braden Atkinson to Ajante Dabbs. 31-20, Mercer leads, and a little pooch kickoff. Bobbled and then taken by Furman. Out of bounds at around the 34.
I guess they said we're not going to allow another kick return.
So the Furman offense comes back onto the field. They're making the Mercer defense is back on. And for the Mercer defense, Cole, this Mercer defense has held 16 of its last 21 opponents to less than 100 yards rushing in a game, including 5 of the last 6 opponents this year. So far today, Furman 65 yards rushing, a little bit past the halfway point, trying to get to 100 or more today for the Paladins.
Yeah, you take away that 20-yard sack that happened on the that fumble, then, you know, it might be a different story. But right here, solid run. You know, again, it's just not enough push that's up front that's happening for that Furman offensive line. They're not really moving a lot of those Mercer defenders. And so when everything's still at the line of scrimmage, you're making it harder for your running back to get some of those bigger runs where you get those yards. It just limits the offense when your offensive line isn't getting enough push.
Gain of 2, second down and 8. The play fake to Nettles, head in, looks, fires, and overthrows Joshua Burrell, the tight end, and it's incomplete. And just like that, third down and long, third down and 8.
Yeah, even the concept they just called there, just nothing's available. I get it. You're going to go with, you know, a boot action, trying to force the defense to get out of the gap and or out of their zones, but there's nobody open. You got 3 guys you could possibly throw it to, and those 2 are covered up, and all you have left is the flats, but pressure's in your face.
Head in, pressure comes, dumps it off. Jakeith Hamilton back from injury. There he goes. Penalty flag thrown. He goes down the right sideline, inside the 10, inside the 5, push into the end zone, or is he out? They say he's in. Touchdown, but a penalty flag on the play near midfield.
I'm curious to see what that flag was.
Clay Hendricks, he wants an explanation as he goes to the referee.
There is no foul for offensive pass interference.
Okay. No foul for pass interference on the offense. Pass is cut, and scoring it is Jakeith Hamilton. His touchdown gives Furman 6 more points, his 5th rushing touchdown, 5th receiving touchdown of the season.
I don't even know how pass interference could have even been a question, but right there, all it is a screen call. I mean, nothing was really working down the field, so let's take advantage of a pass rush that's getting to you every other time. And the Pals do a good job of just scheming really it all up. Have your back right, you have a receiver there, and dump it off for that tunnel screen, and it's just nothing but green grass. Get a couple great blocks up front. The Pals are going to go for 2.
Paladins missed on a 2-point try early in the game of the first quarter, trying to get the 2 points back here. Down 5, trying to make it a 3-point game. Head in, he will be flushed. He throws, pass, cut, 2-point conversion made. It's cut by Kerry King, and the Paladins cut it down to 3, 31-28.
And it all started with that kickoff return that puts them in a good position to get back in this game. So we have this touchdown replay right here. Again, you got the wide receiver screen, tunnel screen, good block right there by Ryan Lamb, and it's just nothing but green grass. The Paladins are fighting their way to come back in this football game.
back in Greenville. Cole, the Furman Paladins, the beneficial of an explosive play heading to Hamilton.
Yeah, again, it's the tunnel screen. I mean, Ryan Lamb does a great job of getting out there in space and making a masterful block out there on a DB. And then you're going to have your center just out there too, Chris Luna. He's going to pick up a guy that's in the middle of the field. And so it's just nothing but green grass. And then you had the two-point conversion to Jakeem Hamilton. I mean, it's just everything worked out perfectly on that drive after those two mistakes on first and second down of not getting a lot of yards.
Returnable for Braden Smith, and Smith out to the 20. So 3 touchdowns, Cole, in less than 3 minutes to begin the third quarter. All 3 scores were explosive plays for the two teams.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you had the kickoff return that happened to open up the second half, and then Mercer comes back down the field, has a huge play. And then I mischaracterized it, not Jakeem Hamilton, but Kerry King that has that touchdown on that wide receiver screen. He gets into the end zone. So, I mean, so far we're seeing a lot of offensive explosion that we really didn't have in the first half, at least on Furman's side of it early, in the game they had it, but not later on when we got into the second quarter.
Mercer ball, 1st and 10 at its own 21. Pass is caught on the right side. That's Ty Doty, the running back / wide receiver. Enough for the first down. Taken down by Riley Herbert. Along with Keon Jones, they'll move the sticks.
Yeah, so the Paladins, I'll tell you one thing they don't want to do is turn this into just a passing slugfest. No one's going to cover right there in the flats, and he's just going to release out and pretty much run a wheel route. No one's there, and that's a huge gain on 1st and 10 to keep the chains going for a first down.
Play clock inside of 10. Atkinson, 1st and 10, quick throw, pass is caught. Kendall Harris makes the grab. He's tackled by Luke McLaughlin, the linebacker. They'll move the sticks again, enough for the first down.
And then again, just having that soft zone coverage, it's a little bit easier when you get the player around about the sticks, which sets up, again, another first down. But again, when you're playing so far back, so right here, boom, curl route, DB's not there. Receiver just makes a really good run after the catch, picks up those yards, and it's a first down.
Ty Doty trying to turn the corner. Oh, he's very elusive, gets away from tacklers past the 40. He's inside the 40. Dylan Cheeto makes the tackle, and he gains 9, brings up 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, Doty, I mean, already 2 big plays that he's already had so far in this series. Had that wheel route that led to that first down, and then also now just had a 9-yard run.
Doty again gets the handoff, and he has enough for the first down. Ty Doty, 5'9", 180, a freshman. Played at James Clemens High School, 2-time All-State selection. Good student, had a 4.1 GPA.
Well, he's doing something right in the classroom.
New set of downs for the Bears, 1st and 10. 10:20 to go in the third quarter. Atkinson, he will throw. Looking, lofting to the left side. Ajante Debs has it in the flat, and he's pushed out of bounds inside the 10. They say he's out of bounds at the 6. He was quiet in the first half, Cole, but he's been responsive here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, you got to find ways to give it to your guy that has been crucial in a lot of games that leads the team in receiving. So here, just buys enough time, moves out the pocket, and then Babs just gets behind the defender, finds that, again, the soft spot in these zones, and then it's just an easy throw for Atkinson, and he gets it to his guy.
Mercer, 1st down and goal from the Furman 6. Atkinson looking, throwing, passes through the hands of Dabbs in the end zone, and it's incomplete. Flag of the play at the 2.
Holding, defense, number 18. Half the distance to the goal, automatic, first down.
So holding on the defensive back, Jordan Miller. New set of downs here for Mercer. First down and goal inside the 5 at the 3.
Yeah, and then also, too, Atkinson had nothing but time back there to just go through all his reads, probably made about 5 times. Even though it was a holding call, incompletion, I mean, he just had nothing but time.
Ty Doty runs his way into the end zone. Or is he down? At the 1, no signal yet. Is he in? Is he out? No signal yet. And they say stop short.
So we look at the replay here, inside zone. And, man, they pushed the Powell. I thought he was in there.
I did too.
Yeah, it looked like he was in on the replay, but the Mercer offensive line said, let's run it again, run it again. So
the nose of the football just shy of the goal line. Second down and goal. And quarterback keeper, little tush push from Mercer. Atkinson, is he in? No signal yet, no indication yet. And they say touchdown.
Yep.
Touchdown. Rushing touchdown for Atkinson. That's his first rushing touchdown of the season. He has 4 touchdowns today, 3 passing, 1 rushing, and Mercer extends the lead.
Look at the replay here. I mean, just simple tush push action. Quarterback does a good job keeping his feet moving, and then when one side collapses, you just kind of fall over to the right, and there you go for a touchdown.
Reese Griffith on for the extra point to try and make it a 10-point game. It's already a 2-score game. Here's the extra point, and he got it. And a timeout of the field. 8:45 to go in the third quarter. Back and forth third quarter. It's 38-28. Mercer in the lead here in Greenville at Paladin Stadium. We're back after this on ESPN Plus.
Should we give him a minute?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The holidays are here. The BMW Road Home Sales event on now. Hurry in for exceptional offers today.
Hey, on the mountain we've got a saying. Get off your... Show off. Mountain Dew.
Once upon a time, during an evening unlike any other, fate would have its way. When 2 hearts skipped a beat and quickly fell in sync. With a little help from a friend, Cinderella had a fairy godmother. You have Hales.
When you look at a diamond, what do you see? A multifaceted stone of remarkable strength, formed under intense pressure to shine brighter than all the rest. Hard edges, clean lines, with a fire inside. When you look at a diamond, what do you see? Ingalls, proud sponsor of Furman Athletics.
Back in Greenville, 8:45 to go, third quarter. We've had 4 touchdowns in just over 6 minutes by the 2 teams combined here in the third quarter. It's been back and forth. Mercer leads Furman by 10, 38-28. Here's Griffith on for the ensuing kickoff. A little pooch kickoff again, taken by Furman out past the 30 to the 34. A lot of offense here in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's interesting to see Furman really get it going. So now that offense found the end zone again, they got to find ways to find that offensive surge. And Brock, they've only had 9 attempted passes so far, which is against everything that we've seen from this Paladin offense all season. That's a little bit of a shocking number. Just have not been efficient on staying on the field, which has led to a lack of passing attempts and really running attempts.
James and Crosdale in the backfield with Hedden. 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Evan James, the wide receiver, lined up as a running back, and he is taken down. Tommy Bliss makes the tackle, the safety. He gains 1.
Okay, so here, as we look at the replay, everything about this play is working. Offensive linemen do a good job getting the blocks. There's the outside, but right there, Ben Crosdale makes the wrong decision. He went to the wrong guy, and so when you don't pick up the one guy that comes unblocked, it really creates that no gain, and that's exactly what happened there for Evan James. So missed opportunity by the Paladins because that play did look good.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Here comes the pressure. Hedden goes down. He is sacked. Big-time sack by number 91, Jordan Swain, his 3rd sack of the season.
It's a little bit of a trench warfare here. So Swain does a good job just kind of staying persistent with it. It started with Zoc. Zoc wins against his one-on-one block and gets around Trey Hedden. Doesn't make the sack, but Swain comes in, gets there at the right guard. Ryan Lamb comes off of him and leaves the center in the best spot. Swain makes the sack.
3rd down, 15. Here's Hedden. He dumps it off. Crosdale has it. The running back makes the catch out of the backfield. He is shy of the 1st down marker. Goes down up at the 36. 3 and out for the Paladins on the drive. They'll have to punt it away.
Yeah, just nothing there. So the Mercer's going to just bring 3, drop 1 back there, and just try to win with just those 3. Furman thinking they'll probably get a 4-man rush, and it just doesn't happen. So enough, really wherewithal by the Mercer Bears on defense to know how to play that and not give up something quick or something like a screen.
Ian Williams punting it away. Braden Smith catching it at the 25, runs laterally, trying to turn the corner, has some room. He's inside the 50, and he's forced out of bounds at around the 45-yard line. Good field position here for Mercer, up 10 in the 3rd quarter.
And that's a heck of a return, too, by the Mercer Bears. Here's been fair catching. Long snapper just stopped short. I don't know why he didn't try to continue to chase that. And then just really good blocking by the return team, and then that sets it up for a really good return already on the Paladin side of the field. So Mercer in a great spot to get down the field and score some more points.
Mike Jacobs, head coach, looking on. Led the team to a SoCon championship last year. It controls its own destiny to try and repeat as SoCon champions this year. Atkinson on 1st down, throws it down the sideline. That is caught by McDaniel, and he's out of bounds at the 2. Adonis McDaniel hauls it in over the shoulder. Another big play for the Mercer offense.
The Bears are just having their way against this Paladin defense. I mean, as we get ready to look at the replay here, all day protection, all day. And then you have that one-on-one matchup in coverage. And McDaniel, he just pretty much makes the Paladin defender number 15, Eddie Jackson III, just leaves him in the dust and gets to about the 1-yard line.
Atkinson throws, passes through the hands of Sawyer Burt, 3rd string tight end, through his hands, incomplete.
So we got the replay here. Play action. And Taylor Blaylock got his hands on it.
So it deflected off Blaylock's hands and then through the fingertips of Burt, incomplete. 2nd down and goal from the 2-yard line, and running into the end zone is C.J. Henry. It's a touchdown, his 8th rushing touchdown of the season, his 3rd total touchdown on the day.
Yeah, and that was probably the easiest touchdown. I mean, only got an arm tackle and just ran right through it. So here, I mean, again, you're just going to try to run pretty much duo up front. And then there's nothing there for you to really get in on that right side. So then you just pretty much turn it into inside zone. You're going to follow those blockers, and there's none but the end zone there, none but purple in front of you, so you end up scoring.
Griffith on for the PAT, and it's good. So 45-28. It was a 4-point lead. Now it's a 17-point lead for Mercer here in the third quarter. If you're Furman, you just can't trade touchdowns back and forth the rest of the way.
No, you can't, but at the same time, you also can't get off the field and have penalties, or you can't have, plays where you don't get positive yards, because it just messes up that whole rhythm. And that's what happened with Furman on that previous series. Just no rhythm on offense, and they got behind the sticks, and then it just led to nothing. And with the defense side of the ball, they've been on the field for so long. Every time you look up, you see the Paladin defense on the field. They have to find ways to get off the field, but it starts with the offense. They got to find ways to stay on the field to give their defense a break. And now you're staring at a 45-28 ball game.
Griffith staying busy. He had another short pooch kickoff. Furman returning and past the 30 to the 33. That's where Furman takes over, 1st and 10. We talked to head coach Mike Jacobs of Mercer before the game. His team won the SoCon title last year. We said, Coach, what's different about this year's team compared to last year's team? He said this year's team for Mercer, he says it's young, but it plays at a high level. It's played 13 true freshmen in a game at one point. It started 5 true freshmen in the game. He took over the job when a lot of guys were close to graduating, but they didn't lose much of the portal. He knew that his team could lean on its defense this year, and it's made good plays on offense as well. Well-rounded football team from Macon, Georgia. 1st and 10, headed, throwing deep down the right side, and overthrowing Evan James, incomplete, and a penalty flag is thrown.
For some pass interference.
Pass interference. Defense, number 4. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
So Donovan Watkins, the safety, called for defensive pass interference, 15-yard penalty, and a 1st down for Furman.
We'll take a quick look here at the replay. You're going to have Evan James just one-on-one with Watkins, and Watkins just already lost because Evan James wins off the release, and he has to find a way to slow him down, and it's a call that the official makes for pass interference.
New set of downs. Here's Hedden in trouble, avoids pressure, and now he goes down. He's sacked by Andrew Zock. That's his 9th sack of the season. And last year he was named the SoCon Freshman of the Year.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Andrew Zock said peekaboo right after he got that sack, and he came off like a heat-seeking missile off the edge. And you're hoping Luke Pettit can pick him up. He gets a hand on Hedden, gets off that block by Pettit, and then just chases Hedden down, gets the sack. And man, Andrew Zock is one heck of a defensive player, and he's been balling so far today.
Yeah, seeing 2 of the better defensive players in the league playing today. Andrew Zock of Mercer, Joshua Stone King, defensive end of Furman. CJ Nettles gets enough for the 1st down, or is he a little bit short? Not a little bit short, brings up 3rd down and 1.
They almost got back to the line of scrimmage there off of that run. But, I mean, again, Zock is doing a really good job of getting close and then just finding ways to make plays in the backfield and have those tackles for loss, which is something that Joshua Stone King has been good at, but it feels like today Stone King has been awfully silent. They've game planned him well. Zock, on the other hand, he's finding ways to influence the game now.
Correction, 3rd and 11, not 3rd and 1. 3rd and 11, Hedden throws, wide open is James. Oh, he can't hang on. Tumbling out of bounds, and it's incomplete.
And right there, Hedden had an opportunity to create a huge play there in the passing game, but then again, it's that pressure. And yeah, it's not Zock this time, but it's Dan Hicks who influences an incompletion, and that really affects the throw when you have that pressure in your face. He does a good job of beating that that right tackle for the Paladins, messes up the throw, leads to a 3-and-out.
Approaching 4 minutes to go in the third. Furman down 17, 45-28. Here is Ian Williams. Fair catch signal, fair catch made by Braden Smith. At the 15, and we get a timeout on the field, or no, we do not. How about Braden Atkinson? 3 touchdown passes of the day for Mercer.
Yeah, and then another number, 355 yards. I mean, he's really thrown the football all over the Palace. This freshman is dynamic, and honestly, the kind of season he's had ever since he took the reins as a starting quarterback, you're looking at an All-American right here. He's just been dynamic. Ball has been perfectly placed a lot of times. He's done a good job of processing, going through his progressions. This guy does not play like a freshman. He plays like he's at least a redshirt junior.
Atkinson throws and he's incomplete. Yeah, Coach Jacobs said that he can make all the throws. He has good arm strength. He makes fantastic decisions when he's in the pocket. Has a quick release. He says he's accurate with his throws, and it's helped matters this year that his teammates, his offensive line, have kept his jersey clean, as he said, not letting him get sacked, and he has had just a fantastic season. 3 touchdown throws of the day, 1 touchdown run, 4 touchdowns total. There is C.J. Miller, and he steps out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. But this is a guy that took over after that loss to Presbyterian, like you said, and since then the team has won 6 straight.
Yeah, and this elevated their level of play, and as we have this replay, it's just split inside zone, and he really just makes Taylor Blaylock miss and picks up that first down. So again, it starts when you have a guy that the whole team rallies behind. They really believe in him, and you can tell they believe in Atkinson, and it's raised the level of play of this whole offense to where they're playing at an incredibly high rate right now.
Atkinson throws, and through the hands of Adonis McDaniel, threw him behind him as well. Incomplete.
That pass is incomplete. Intended for McDaniel.
We might mention that some of the players on this team actually played for Mike Jacobs at Lenore Ryan at the Division II level, came over with him in the portal, so didn't have to work too hard to recruit some of his own guys from Lenore Ryan to Mercer. And this team is 5-0 in the league, 6-1 in the year. Here's the run by Atkinson, slides down. They say his progress stopped past the 30 up to the 32.
Yeah, benefits of the transfer portal, but also, again, Atkinson, we're going to talk about him. I mean, it's just the way he plays. Feels that pressure coming on the left side, steps up and decides, hey, I just got to go ahead and tuck this thing down and run with it, and picks up about 70 yards.
Third down and about 3. Atkinson, he will throw. Pass is caught near the sticks. Caught by Braden Smith. One of his #1 targets on the field, and they say, is it enough for the first down?
As we look at the replay here, let's see. Throws it to the hitch. Paladins jump on it quick. I think that's enough for the first down, but yeah, I think that's it.
They move the sticks. They reset the chains. Inside 2.5 minutes to go in the third. New set of downs for Mercer. Hand off to C.J. Miller. He's been busy today. Taken down after a gain of a couple.
C.J. Miller. Brought down by Ronnie Herbert.
This Furman defense just on the field a lot here in the third quarter. Furman got out to a 13-0 start in the first quarter. Then 24 unanswered points by Mercer to take a 24-13 lead at halftime. We've had all kinds of explosive plays and touchdowns by both teams in the third quarter as Miller runs it again. He's shy of the first down marker. It's Mercer by 17 inside 2 minutes to go, the third quarter.
Yeah, Mercer's just been so dynamic in all phases of the game. I mean, we talked about the passing part of it with those 355 yards that Atkinson has had, but when you look at the run game, it really comes down to that offensive line, again, getting enough movement on the Paladin defensive line, but also their run blockers staying on their blocks and finishing those blocks, which is creating a lane for C.J. Miller or anybody else that's running the football to get a lot of yards. And if not get a first down, get pretty close to it.
5 receiving options here on this play. Pass is caught by Dabbs. Ajante Dabbs on the slant pattern has the catch and the first down. He's just inside midfield.
All right, so here, if we're going to bring pressure here, we need to have somebody that's going to be able to cover Dabbs. That's the big target for Atkinson. Dabbs came into this game leading in catches and yards for this Bears offense, yet no one is covering him, and they leave him open for a hitch. No one's there. So the Paladins aren't doing the right things to take away some of these really good playmakers.
Atkinson throws. Pass is that a catch? They say yes. Catch is made. Oh my goodness. Adonis McDaniel somehow hauls it in, keeps the toes in bounds. Makes another outstanding catch here for Mercer.
So here it is right here. McDaniel does a good job running the out route. Keon Jones just gets shaked off and gets that 1 foot in, gets 2 feet in. That's an NFL catch right there at the end of the day.
I was going to say that's a catch on Sunday.
Yeah. And right now, Mercer playing like they got Sunday players.
It's a catch tomorrow. It's a catch today as well. That's going to wind down the third quarter at the end of 3. It is Mercer 45, Furman 28. The fourth quarter coming up in a moment here on ESPN+. Back in Greenville, here's a look at the game summary as we start this fourth quarter. Mercer, after being down 13 points, scored 24 unanswered points in the first half. Atkinson, 375 yards passing, 3 TD scores. Furman, just 5 first downs, 4 touchdowns. But they still have 28 points in the game.
Yeah. Been rough for the Paladins, and just right there, just not making tackles when they have a chance to make them. And those running backs are getting a little bit loose, getting some extra yards.
We told you that Mercer is the second-ranked offense in the nation in total yards of offense, averaging 496 offense of yards per game. Today, the Bears have 524 yards of total offense after 3 quarters, and we're now just in the start of the fourth. Tyrell Cord.
C.J. Miller on the carry.
Correction, C.J. Miller gets the carry, and he's got enough for the first down.
I mean, right now, Brock, it just looks like that Paladin defensive line is just getting bullied up front. It just cannot really get to anybody in the backfield. They haven't really had a tackle for a loss in a while. It's just been really Mercer's offense has been steamrolling a Paladin defense that has usually been stout all season.
Atkinson airs it out down the left sideline. Pass is caught. Adonis McDaniel hauls it in. Touchdown, Mercer. Adonis McDaniel, his 5th touchdown reception of the season.
Well, I can tell someone watched the tape from last week because they went against Jordan Miller. Here we are, one-on-one in coverage. Out and up by that guy, Adonis McDaniel again. You're just going to see Miller just bite on that out part of it, and then once McDaniel gets up, he's just there by himself. No one's around, so it's, again, you got to be able to help some of these guys, whether they're going to get targeted. You need to be able to game plan it and make sure they're not one-on-one on islands by themselves.
Kick is up, and the kick is good by Griffith, and Mercer extends its lead to 24 points, 52-28. Adonis McDaniel hauls it in for his 5th touchdown reception of the year.
Hey, on the mountain we've got a saying. Get off your... Show off.
Mountain Dew.
When you scan the Spinks app and buy this, and this, you save big at the pump on that. Plus, save an additional 10 cents off per gallon when you use Extras Pay in the Spinks app.
People who love delicious fresh fried chicken know the restaurant with the crispiest, juiciest out there isn't a typical restaurant at all. Taste the hand-breaded southern fried surprise for yourself.
Spinks, making life easier.
You are the North Star, the guiding light for the ones you love. They watch. They do what you do. And when you take care of yourself, they can stay healthy and strong, like you. You are the center of their universe, and the first step to their good health is yours. Bon Secours, primary, specialty, and emergency care. Healthcare for the universe of you.
Should we give him a minute?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The holidays are here. The BMW Road Home Sales event on now. Hurry in for exceptional offers today.
Back in Greenville and Paladin Stadium, 52-28. Mercer leads. Here's our adjustment of the game presented by Upstate Spine and Sport. How about the Mercer offense in the first quarter, Cole? It was asleep. since the first quarter, 458 yards of total offense and still going.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair when it comes to that. Mercer's offense has not really been stopped all game. I mean, of course, you have a few 3-and-outs, but outside of that, I mean, it's just been all Bears, and they've taken it to this Paladin team. It has been a very head-scratching at times for this Paladin defense, just not being able to stop the run, you know, getting exposed in different areas. So they got to figure out a way to get some points, get some momentum going.
Jaquan Smith on the kickoff return. He scoots out of bounds, and Mercer continues ever since that 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by Caleb Easterling to start the third quarter. Ever since then, Cole, the Bears have been kicking short and not taking any chances. I
mean, I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to give, you know, a guy a head full of steam to score another touchdown on us. So, you know, it's still smart play on the special teams aspect of it.
Hedden still the quarterback in there, 1st and 10. Here is Hedden. He will throw. Pass is caught by Furman, by Evan James. James makes the catch and has the first down.
And Brock, it's funny, it's been a lack of throws like that this whole game for this Paladin offense. So again, credit to Mercer, but we haven't really seen Trey Hedden throw it in the middle of the field. They've done a good job of either adding pressure or forcing him to run with it.
Pass caught again by Evan James. You know, this guy, Evan James, he was hurt earlier in the season. Last week, he came back from an injury, played against the Citadel, had a good game, 8 catches, 126 yards, and he's been active here today as well.
Yeah, I got a chance to talk to the coaches on the field before the game, and Brock, they just love this kid, Evan James. They rave about him. They said his maturity is just out of this world. Very Jeremiah Smith, kind of that Nick Saban mentality in terms of just maturity. It's just fun to watch that young man play football.
Hedden, second down, throws to the other side and airmails it incomplete. He was looking for Joshua Burrell, the tight end, and it's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, Brock, if he's going to throw it to Joshua Burrell, he had an opportunity to do that, but then again, he's already flushed out the pocket. He stepped up. There's nobody in front of him. He should have just tucked the ball in and scrambled for a first down.
CJ Nettles fights for yardage, and he has enough for the first down, and they'll move the chains.
Got a flag. See, Powell's backing up, so it's going to be holding.
Personal foul.
Personal foul.
Face mask.
Wow.
Offense, number 72. 15-yard penalty.
So face mask on the offense on the center, Chris Luna, number 72.
Oh, let's see where it's at. I see Chris Luna right there. Oh, man. Hands are all wide right there.
Yeah.
And he really didn't even need to do that. I could tell that wasn't something he did intentionally, but, I mean, when you have your hands all over the place as a run blocker, you're going to have mistakes where you're either holding or you're going to have something crazy like that happen.
Third down and 13 now. Hedden throws. Pass is caught by Furman. It's CJ Nettles, the running back, makes the catch out of the backfield, but he is shy of the first down marker.
Well, we have a decision to make. Do you want to punt it? And you are going to punt it here. It's just this Paladin offense, they just have not found really any rhythm since really the first quarter when they were up 13-0. Just no rhythm offensively, no throws in the middle of the field, nothing to where we've seen Trey Hedden really shine all season. The Bears have done a good job of clouding all of that and taking away something that Trey Hedden's good at.
Williams punts it away, almost had it blocked. Fair catch signal, fair catch made by Braden Smith, and we get a timeout on the field. 11:35 to go in the fourth quarter. All Mercer in the second half. It leads it by 24. Back in Greenville, here's a look at scores around the SoCon. Final score in Spartanburg, Wofford defeats Samford. Over in Charleston, VMI a slim lead over the Citadel, and Western Carolina leading on the road at Chattanooga in the second quarter.
Wow. VMI playing some good football.
Battle of the military schools, the Keydets of VMI against the Bulldogs of the Citadel. Here's Ty Doty. Just keeps moving the pile forward. Look at this.
Good
Looks like a rugby scrum, and it goes all the way out to the 26. Enough for the first down.
I think enough is an understatement, Brock, as we take a look at the replay. Again, it's just pretty much turned into a trap run. And, I mean, just look at that. Just Doty just running his feet, getting the offensive line behind him. They're just pushing the pile. I mean, we're the Paladin defenders. Get the guy down. And, man, Mercer has really taken it to this Paladin defense, just from the ground to the air.
That's a forward pass, I believe. Yes, it's incomplete. Almost like a shuffle pass, and it was a forward pass. It's incomplete, and it brings up second down.
Yeah, it looks like Mercer was tapping into the Kansas City Chiefs Mahomes playbook right there. See the shovel pass right there? I tell you, I know one thing, Brady Smith took his eyes off the football, and fortunately it's a forward pass, so an incompletion there.
Second down and 10. Handoff to Doty. And he spins forward. He might have gained one. Up to the 28.
It's a good tackle there. So again, Brock, it all comes down to this, where the key difference between why Mercer's offensive line has been so good in the run game versus the Paladins, when I mentioned it earlier on in this football game, is that Mercer's offensive line does a good job of staying on defenders. They finish blocks, they don't get thrown off, they don't lose guys, they stay on their blocks, and their running backs are patient enough, they find ways to hit the hole. Furman hasn't done that job at all, really, throughout this whole season.
Atkinson, he will throw, pass is caught, and making the catch and getting the first down is Mercer. Braden Smith hauls it in, one of the more reliable targets for Atkinson. Hauls it in, they'll move the chains.
Yep, and when you give a guy all day to just sit back there and throw the football, it's going to give his receivers enough time to get open. And that's a perfect example. When you watch this, really is on a wide angle for how Mercer plays, you know, the game and how the Paladin defense plays. The Paladin defense leaves that whole middle of the field open between, you know, the first down all the way to the 10-yard, for the first 10 yards, just open.
Tyrell Cord breaking tackles, gets another first down run and taken down inside the midfield stripe down to the 41 of Furman. And up for the first down, they'll move the chains again.
And then again, just really just physical football by Mercer. Gonna run a little bit of counter, gonna run counter there. And then your running back, man, he just finds a way to get going. I mean, Tyrell Cord, I mean, just runs through a guy, just trucks him over, gets a first down.
Under 9 minutes to go, Atkinson on first down. Tyrell Cord gets the carry and might have gained one to the 40.
And a missed opportunity for a tackle for loss.
And this Furman defense, it's been on the field a lot here in the second half, especially in the third quarter. Gain of 1 for Mercer, brings up second down and 9. Cord, they play fake to him. Atkinson throws to the left side, and that's incomplete. And it brings up third down and 9.
Paladins do a good job of just getting there close to the quarterback, taking away that time, affected his decision-making, forcing the incompletion. But, I mean, if Atkinson had enough time, he would have had one of his receivers, number 7, Kendall Harris, just wide open in the end zone off of a crossing route.
3rd and 9. Atkinson going long to the end zone, and it's overthrown and incomplete, looking for Ajante Dabbs. He was covered on the play by Jordan Miller, number 18 for the Paladins, and it brings up 4th down.
Yeah, Jordan Miller in great coverage there. Paladins going to try to run a twist there. Mercer does a good job picking it up. One-on-one. Does a good job of using the sideline as your second defender, 18 on 18. And Jordan Miller's going to win that one.
Taylor Blaylock back deep for the Paladins.
John McConnell to punt it away, standing at his own 45. Taylor Blaylock back to receive the punt, standing inside his own 10 at the 9. Here's the punt by McConnell, a short punt, fair catch signal, and catch made by Blaylock at the 8. Timeout of the field, 7:56 to go in the game. Mercer leads it by 24 on ESPN+.
Responsibly. Today's reminder is brought to you by Bud Light, proud partner of Furman Athletics. Good times are better when we all play it smart. So if you choose to drink, do so responsibly and always plan for a safe ride home. This message brought to you by Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Go Paladins! Hey Paladin fans, mark your calendar as your volleyball team hosts Wofford on Thursday, November the 6th at 6 p.m. in Alley Gym. Come out and support your Furman volleyball team.
Back in Greenville, Paladin Stadium, Furman football has work to do, down 24, 52-28. Hedden still in at quarterback. 1st and 10 for the Paladins. Here's Hedden, quickly throws, pass is caught by Joshua Burrell, the tight end, and he gains about 5 yards. So if you're Furman, clock is not your friend.
No, it's not, and you need to be on the ball fast. I mean, you want to come back and win in this game. The thought process is you're in a 2-minute situation until you at least find ways to score touchdowns. Because, I mean, it just hasn't been a clean job of offensive football. They just haven't found ways to get in rhythm.
Nettles gets the carry. Gains a couple, and just like that, 3rd down. 3rd and short, they call it 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Approaching 7 minutes to go in the game. Hedden throws, passes caught, Kerry King has enough for the 1st down. Past the 25 up to the 26. He's the one that caught the 2-point conversion pass earlier in the game in the 3rd quarter. Makes the catch there. New set of downs for Furman, 1st and 10.
At the 26.
Hedden has time, throws it over the middle, passes, intercepted by Donovan Watkins, the safety. That's his 1st interception of the season.
Interception by number 4, Donovan Watkins.
Well, at that point, I don't know where Trey Hedden's looking here. So sit back, has time, throws it, and he throws in the double coverage, essentially has the safety sitting back there to make a play on the football. That's not smart football, and I expect more out of a guy that's played a year of college football. I just feel like there's been a couple plays today where, you know, I'm like, you're starting to, there's some freshman tendencies that haven't been ironed out yet. When he took the sack in the first half and then that interception there, just not clean, not decisive, and just not smart football by Trey Hedden.
New quarterback into the game for Mercer, number 19, the backup quarterback, J.P. Pickles. You've been wanting me to say that all day.
I have been waiting for it. J.P. Pickles finally gets in the ball game. I know our broadcast crew, they've been looking forward to hearing Pickles get his name said today, so he's in the game. And really, Atkinson's day is done now, and he played an outstanding football game.
Sounds like the name of a pickle store. J.P. Pickles.
A pickle store.
Pickle store. Where you buy jars of pickles.
Okay, I didn't know where you were going with that one for a second. I was about to say, I used to do that at Walmart.
Went to high school with an Alex Dill. We called him Pickle because of Dill Pickles. Here's J.P. Pickles.
Oh.
And he rumbles his way inside midfield to the 42 of Furman. Approaching 5.5 minutes to go in the game.
Well, one thing about Pickles, he's not scared to run through you. They typically bring him in to run the football. And right here, he's going to lower the shoulder. He's going to bring a little bit of boom to the party.
And dishing out his own punishment there. He played a little bit last week in the game against VMI when Mercer won that game 62-0. Pickles handing off C.J. Miller.
Carlos Benjamin on the carry.
Actually, new player to the ball game. Carlos Benjamin, new running back into the game for Mercer.
Yeah. Bears going to go for a little of that buck sweep action here. And then the Pals do a good job of just shooting those gaps and just making the play in the backfield.
So a loss of 4, second down and 14 for the Bears. Bears were down 13-0 to begin the game. Then got their offense going, scored 24 unanswered points. Looking very impressive here in the second half. Here is Benjamin, and Benjamin tripped up after a gain of a couple. As we approach the 4-minute mark left to go in the game. So 3rd and long here for the Bears. 3rd down and 11. And the Bears using up the clock, even though all 3 timeouts remain for Furman as well as for Mercer. But the Bears have a 24-point lead, 52-28. And Pickles stumbles, and he is well shy of the first down marker.
And Pickles got a little excited. He saw a hole open up. So here it's going to go pretty much as of a read option play here. Fake it, and then he's going to try to get some yards out of that. I mean, really nothing there. I think he saw something he liked. Not much really of an option, but a quarterback keeper. Nothing's there. Paladins make a play because he trips up. 4th and 11. And again, you're just going to take your time. Clock's on your side here. And you're also up 24 points.
Play clock at 3, play clock at 1, and the Bears call a timeout just before the end of the play clock. 2:55 to go in the game. So each team has 3 timeouts remaining, plus the 2-minute timeout. So basically each team has 4 timeouts remaining in the game. You're an offensive guy, Cole. You played on the offensive line here back in the day at Furman. When you see this Mercer offense, does it have any weaknesses?
I think the biggest weakness, honestly, Brock, I try to think of one. I don't really see one. And here's the reason why I don't see one. It's because of that offensive line. They have been playing outstanding ever since they made the switch at quarterback. They have just been really, really good. And I got to give some more flowers to really their coaching staff over there at Mercer. They did a good job of just scheming up and game planning. They took one of the best edge rushers, if not the best edge rusher in the FCS. They made him mute. They took him away, and they just been executing. Pass protection's been great. Run blocking's been great. This Mercer offense, I mean, they just look unstoppable today, and they've been playing some really good football. And then next week, Brock, they really have the quote-unquote conference championship against Western Carolina.
That should be an outstanding game.
I think so. I think it's going to be a lot of offense being played that game. It's going to be a lot of offense.
Not too many punts in that one.
No. I'd be shocked that there's a lot of punts. I mean, you got, Dickens, and then you got Atkinson. I mean, you got probably the two best quarterbacks in this conference and probably in the FCS going at it.
Good special teams coverage on that last kick by Mercer, pinning the Paladins at around their own 4-yard line. CJ Nettles gets the carry, gains a couple to the 6. Well, Furman did show some promise here in the third quarter, returning the third quarter kickoff for 100 yards for a touchdown by Caleb Easterling. Big explosive touchdown pass from Hedden to Jakeith Hamilton, plus a 2-point conversion. Things got interesting there, Cole, but then the Mercer offense just took over.
Yeah, there's definitely some bright spots. I mean, Furman, they were doing some good things on the offense. I mean, like you mentioned, they had the kickoff return for a touchdown to open up the second half. Then they had the tunnel screen that got them to 28 points, and then outside of that, not much there.
At the 2-minute timeout left to go in the fourth quarter, Mercer leads Furman 52-28. Back after this on ESPN Plus. Back in Greenville, final 2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Mercer leads big by 24, 52-28. Second down and 7 for the Paladins at their own 7-yard line. Handoff, CJ Nettles bouncing off tacklers. Might have gained 1 to the 8.
Yeah, Paladins just going to run inside zone. Don't really get much out of it, and you can kind of see it a little bit in their body language. Just you can kind of tell that fight starting to leave them. This game is over with, obviously, but they started off hot, Brock. We mentioned it. They started off hot. 13-0, and I really felt like things went downhill when the strip sack happened, when they tried to go with the flea flicker. It's just everything just starting to fall apart. Mercer got back in the game, and now Mercer's up 24 points.
Yeah, kind of took the wind out of the sail, so to speak. Another handoff to Nettles as we approach 1 minute to go in this Southern Conference football clash between Mercer and Furman.
I just want to kill as much clock as possible at this point.
4th down and 2 for Furman at its own 12. Must reach the 15 for the first down. Here is Nettles. Can he get there? Yes, he can. Has the first down. That'll stop the clock momentarily inside 2 minutes for the first down. Set up the chains. Now they start it up.
That's it. 23 seconds left. There's not much else left to call here.
Down to 20 seconds to go in the game. And Furman looks like they may not run a play.
Yeah, I see Coach Hendricks already walking on the field. That's it.
That is it, as Mercer, with an incredible second half performance, defeats Furman 52-28. The final. Cole, final thoughts on this game today?
Oh, I mean, I'll tell you one thing. Mercer, Western Carolina, that might be peak cinema next week when they play each other in Cullowhee. I'll definitely be tuned into that game because that's going to be exciting to see who's going to win the Southern Conference between those two teams. But now for the Furman fans watching, there's some things to be excited about, and there's some things that you got to look in the mirror for. And right there is the run game. The run game dictates how successful this offense can be. Defensively, they got to be able to find somebody else that can get after the quarterback besides Joshua Stoneking, because teams are going to start game planning and taking him away. A lot of things to really think about and reassess for next week.
Mercer has won 7 straight games. It is a perfect 6-0 in SoCon play. For the loss, Furman drops its record to 5-4 on the year, 3-3 in SoCon play. That's going to wrap things up for us here today from Furman. Final score at the final time, Mercer 52, Furman 28. From our broadcast partner Cole Neely and the rest of our great crew, Brock Bowling saying so long from Greenville. Thank you for tuning in to SoCon Football today on the Palmetto Sports Network as well as on ESPN+.